Please report on the Duck players and coaches out of the field right here at Bethpage Ballpark. The participants receive an official clinic hat and t-shirt. If you'd like more information, and maybe even register your boy or girl tonight, visit the Long Island Ducks ticket kiosk on the upper concourse behind home plate, or check it out at laducks.com. That's laducks.com. Remember, the first 3-day session, July 30th, 31st, and August the 1st. The second 3-day session will be August 13th, 14th, and 15th.
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one crack away from the championship.
Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Line bunts up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch, and for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
Live from Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, it's time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And tonight the Long Island Ducks take on the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs in Game 2 of a 4-game series. Well, hello again, everyone. It's Chris King, joined by David Weiss. We thank you so much for tuning into Ducks Baseball tonight right here on our flagship radio station, 103.9 LI News Radio, and, of course, around the world at liducks.com and youtube.com/ducksbaseball. Well, David, nothing hotter right now than the Long Island Ducks. They have won a season-high 7 straight games, and they're coming off yet another waddle-off victory here yesterday afternoon, a 5-4 win over Southern Maryland in the opener of the 4-game set.
And, Chris, you and I were together on June the 2nd. It was a chilly night here against the York Revolution. Mickey Janis was nearly unhittable. He just surrendered a 1 hit, the Ducks with a shutout win, and it was just a superb effort from Mickey Janis. Little do we know that the Ducks would not be losing a game after that. 7 in a row after overall, 8 out of 9, as you said. They trail Somerset in the Liberty Division by just 3 games now. The Ducks squarely in the wild card slot if the first half ended today and if the season ended today, but they're thinking they can catch Somerset. And right now, the Ducks doing it with pitching, clutch hitting, solid defense. Everything's clicking.
And you know what? Those are the exact words of manager Kevin Baez when I spoke with him before the game. I said, why have you won 7 straight? He said, pitching, hitting, defense. Usually you get 2 of those 3. You know, you can win a series, but when you get all 3, you go on a 7-game winning streak, their longest of the year. So again, they're gunning for Southern Maryland's winning streak. Southern Maryland won 8 in a row earlier this year in May. That's the longest winning streak of the year for any team in the Atlantic League. So a chance to tie that tonight, and they'll hand the ball to the local guy, Bruce Kern, the right-hander, making a spot start. David, they hope to get 2 to 3 innings out of him and then go to the bullpen, which has been so strong of late.
And as far as the weather is concerned, last Tuesday night when Chris and I were together against the York Revolution, it was weather better suited for football. I mean, you had ponchos that were out. It was drizzling the whole game. Temperatures were in the 50s and dropped from there. Tonight, I mean, it is just absolutely gorgeous. There's a stiff breeze toward left field, but the temperatures are well into the 70s. Yes, there are thunderstorms in the forecast, but they won't arrive until after the game is over. Take a look at the radar. You can take a look at any forecast. If you think about coming to the game, come on down. Short sleeve weather. Beautiful night for baseball.
And fireworks afterwards.
Yes.
A pyrotechnico fireworks extravaganza. So again, that's our matchup tonight. David and I, though, thinking about a night that will occur a week from Friday, June the 19th. the first ever retired number in the 16-year history of the Long Island Ducks. Our good friend Justin Davies, his number 4 will go up. And David, I know you had a chance to speak with him earlier this season.
It was on April 18th. It was media day here and an exhibition game played between the Ducks and the Bluefish. And I'm walking out of the ballpark and I literally bump into JD, one of our favorites of all time, Justin Davies, and we will be talking to him when we return on the North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
The North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show continues here on a beautiful night for baseball. David Weiss, Chris King, Ducks hosting the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Ducks going for their 8th win in a row. As Chris mentioned before the break, 11 days from now, the Ducks will retire their very first number in their history. He wore number 4 on his uniform. He will always be number 1 in the hearts of Duck fans.
2-2 pitch, LeBron swung on and lifted. Right center field, Justin Davies going way back, and dives and makes the catch! What a catch by Justin Davies! You will not see a better catch! Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. 1-0 pitch is on the way, swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship.
2 of the many highlights from the Long Island Ducks career of Justin Davies, whose number 4 will become the first number retired by the Ducks on Friday night, June 19th. Justin's career with the Ducks spans 6 seasons, from the inaugural campaign of 2000 through 2005. J.D. and his family live in North Carolina, but he was back on Long Island just a few months ago, in mid-April, right here at Bethpage Ballpark, and he told us it was great to be back home.
Can't believe that I've been in North Carolina now for 9 years, but when I'm on the field, it feels like I never left, and I definitely miss it.
What pops into your head when you take the field, you walk around? What are the memories that come back?
Well, what memories don't come back? I mean, it's just every experience that I had in those last years was just a memory. I mean, you've had the Rod Henderson no-hitter, the Donis Harrison home run on his son's birth, the Bluefish brawl 3 days after September 11th. We've had the championship games, obviously, and obviously, I think my favorite memory, and it didn't happen at this ballpark, was obviously the one-game winner-take-all August 9th game at Bridgeport. I mean, that to me was just a culmination of the first half and how we had to fight them in the last 3 games of the series, and it took 3 from them, and then it got canceled, and felt like it was right there at our fingertips to take it in the beginning of the first half, and that we knew half the team was going to be gone by that. And just to go there and to play, and after all those years of missing the playoffs, finally get that playoff berth to kind of springboard everything else is that's the game that I remember the most.
Yeah, you're zeroing in on something that Camara Bartis still talks about. He had that big home run in that game, from Seamus to Pulse and everybody else who was a part of that game. Everybody talks about it. All right, so here we are, 2015. You will have your number retired. What does that mean to you here?
It means everything. I mean, I don't think there could be a greater honor that you could receive from a team or a school or organization, for them to say, hey, you know what, no one is ever going to wear your number again, and to officially put it up there, to have it on that wall or for people to see forever, you can't ask for a better honor. And I'm truly humbled by it. And it's an amazing feeling, and I can't wait for 19th to get here. And I'm still speechless about it. So,
listen, all these years on the force in North Carolina, we know you're a police officer doing a wonderful job down there. You have to stay in great shape. You have no body fat. Couldn't you play center for 1 inning on your big night? I mean, you look like you're good enough to do it.
1 inning, I'm just going to hope that nothing gets hit to me, or if it does, right to me. I was telling them, they'd be like, yeah, come on back, we can play. I'm afraid I'm going to hurt myself, They say, but you're chasing criminals. I'm like, no, my dog chases the criminals. I just kind of follow behind them. I'm still playing. And obviously, as the police department, and also, you want to stay in shape. And it's just, it's something I'm always going to do. But I definitely ache more now. And, when I do things, they hurt for longer afterwards. So, being 38 now, I played with guys that were 38, like Doug Jennings and, Baez and Lennon. And, I'm amazed that they were doing it for so long. It's definitely an accomplishment.
It is so special to have you come back and see that number 4 retired. It couldn't happen to a better person. Not a better ball player, but a better person.
Well, I appreciate it, Dave. I've always had much high respect for you. And you've been a friend to me since day one. And I appreciate it.
There you go, Justin Davies, the great number 4, the number to be retired on June the 19th. It's going to be a sellout and an emotional night. His entire family will be here. The kid from West Babylon who made very good with the Long Island Ducks.
Well, again, that is a week and a half away. We are thrilled for June 19th to arrive and the number 4 to go up on the wall. But tonight it's the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. Game 2 of the 4-game set, with Long Island looking to extend a 7-game winning streak. Ducks have taken the field. That means we'll take one more break. And when we come back, the starting lineups and the first pitch of tonight's ball game between the Flock and the Crabs. It's next.
Hey, fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bayshore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Chris King and David Weiss back at Bethpage Ballpark before tonight's game between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. We turn it over to PA announcer Bob O'Tone.
We're very proud to present the Countrywood Primary Center from South Huntington. They will lead us tonight in the singing of our national anthem.
Well, terrific job, the youngsters from Countrywood Primary Center in South Huntington. we get a little preview of the fireworks that will follow tonight's game. Our dream team, Babylon Village Little Leaguers and the Bayside Bulldogs, and our color guard over at third, Pack 205 and Cub Pack 57 out of Farmingdale. David, always a tough act to follow, but you've got the starting lineups.
Impossible act to follow. They did a wonderful job with the national anthem for the visiting Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, who lost in waddle-off fashion to the Ducks yesterday afternoon. Leading off, right fielder Fred Lewis. Rennie Osuna, third baseman, batting second. Zach Wilson, the first baseman, batting third. In the cleanup spot, Jovan Rosa, the DH. Gustavo Molina, who is among the league leaders in many categories. We'll get to that as we move along. He's the catcher and batting fifth. Jake Opitz, second baseman, batting sixth. In the seventh slot, Jamar Walton, the left fielder. Shortstop, Casey Frawley, batting eighth. And Anton DeJesus, center fielder, batting ninth. Pitching for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs here tonight will be the left-hander Brian Burris. For the Long Island Ducks, the graduate of Shoreham-Wading River High, the native of Port Jefferson, Brian Sabatella, having a wonderful inaugural campaign with the Long Island Ducks. He's the DH and leading off. Delta Cleary Jr., the left fielder, batting second. Mr. Everything, the reigning Atlantic League Player of the Year, Lou Ford, center fielder, batting third. Cody Puckett in the cleanup spot. He'll be at third base. John Griffin, the big first baseman, batting fifth. In the sixth spot, Prentice Redmond, the right fielder. Regi Corona at second base, batting seventh. Batting eighth, Mike Blank, the catcher. Dan Line, shortstop, batting ninth. And on the mound for the Long Island Ducks, in a spot start, he'll be around for at least a few innings, we assume, the right-hander, Bruce Kern.
Well, again, the Ducks come in with a record of 26-16. They are second in the Liberty Division, 3 games back of the first-place Somerset Patriots, who lost yesterday at home 11-9 to the Camden River Sharks, a game the Pats led 8-0 into the 5th inning. So the Ducks got some help from Camden. Meanwhile, Southern Maryland remains atop the Freedom Division with a 24-18 record, 4.5 games clear of second-place Sugarland. Again, the Ducks yesterday won it 5-4 in waddle-off fashion. They blew a 4-1 lead, though, into the 9th inning, surrendering 3 in the top of the 9th, only to win it in the bottom of the 9th on a RBI single by Regi Corona that scored Lou Ford with the game-winning run. So just a beautiful night for baseball. Game 2 of the 4-game set between the Ducks and the Blue Crabs about to get underway. Ready, Bruce Kern is ready, and the left-swinging right fielder for the Crabs, Fred Lewis, digs in and gets ready for the first pitch of the ball game. Kern, the right-hander from the third base side of the rubber, set, and his first pitch is in there for a strike. We are underway tonight in CI. So 6:36 the start time, and we'll get the temperature. David, what's your guess on the first pitch temperature?
Maybe it slipped below 70, but I say 70 on the button.
I'm going to go a little lower, as this is another strike, 0-2.
Public Transportation Services temperature of tonight's ball game is a very lovely 70 degrees.
Wow, on the dot, Mr. Weiss, 70 degrees on the dot.
Let me go play some Powerball there, Chris.
I think so. It's 0-2 here on Fred Lewis. And now up high with a fastball misses Kern. 1-2 the count on Lewis. The leadoff man for the Crabs, hitting just .220 on the year, has yet to homer and has driven in 5.
Now, what did Mr. Atone say the start time was?
6:36.
Got it. We'll keep track of that.
Kern's 1-2 is, again, a letter-high fastball, nowhere near being a strike, and it's quickly 2-2 now to Fred Lewis. Again, Ducks come in hot. They've won 7 straight overall. They've won 3 straight at home. Their last loss May 31st, so they are 7-0 in the month of June. The 2-2 is fouled away high behind home plate, and the count holds on Fred Lewis. Meanwhile, the Crabs, who were so hot earlier in the year, have dropped 3 of 4 and have lost now 6 of their last 9.
Nonetheless, still in first place, still with a 4.5 game lead over the Sugarland Skeeters, only team in the Freedom Division above 500.
2-2, and that in the air to center field for Lou Ford, heading back toward the track, spins, reaches up, and makes the catch. Oh, what a grab by Lou in center for out number 1.
An asterisk next to line 8 on my scorecard, right off the bat, literally. The ball hit right at you can be the toughest for a center fielder, and Lou Ford with a very good jump going back made it look easy at age 38.
Unbelievable. So a very hard hit ball by Fred Lewis for out number 1. And here's the right-swinging third baseman for Southern Maryland, Rennie Osuna, standing in. The righty Bruce Kern's first pitch is hacked foul, high on the first base side for strike 1. Osuna on the year, a .246 hitter, a pair of homers, and he's second on the team with 15 runs batted in. Kern dangles the right arm as he's hunched over at the waist, comes upright and set, and Bruce's 0-1 is taken down the right field line, but foul. And another 0-2 start here for Kern on the second hitter of the night for Southern Maryland, Rennie Osuna.
And Chris, you look at the scores of this 7-game winning streak: 4-3, 3-0, 9-1, 9-3, 13-2, 7-1. And then yesterday, for the first time, the Ducks, during this winning streak, gave up more than 3 runs in a game. It really has been an outstanding pitching performance right up and down the rotation.
And again, they have scored 50 runs in the 7-game winning streak. Here, Kern just misses away with an 0-2, and that is ball 1. So they have 50 runs and 78 hits in those 7 games. That has vaulted them to the top spot in the league in batting average, in hits, in runs, in slugging percentage, on-base percentage. The Ducks an offensive juggernaut right now as Kern misses low and outside. And the count 2-2 now on Rennie Osuna. Again, just the second start of the year for Bruce Kern, his 17th appearance overall. We mentioned a spot start. Kevin Baez trying to get 2 or 3 innings out of him. Here, a comebacker, I believe, went off the leg of Kern to the second baseman, Corona, able to throw to first. And on one hop, John Griffin digs it out. So, David, I think that'll be the old 1-4-3 putout for the second out.
I think that's accurate. Very nice stab on the short hop. Some scoop action at first base from John Griffin. All right, it took me a few minutes with my Common Core math, but I did figure it out. The Ducks have outscored their opponents during this winning streak 50-14.
Wow, 50-14. My goodness.
Just wiping them out.
Yep, that's what Kevin Baez is talking about, right? Pitching, offense, and defense has all led to 7 straight wins, a season high. Here's Zach Wilson, the first baseman from the right side, and he pops it up. Foul territory toward the right field line, drifting back into fair, and it goes off the glove of John Griffin, falls in. Now Wilson's going to try for second, and he'll slide in there. So again, David, we had some sun-aided hits yesterday here in the Ducks' victory, and I think John Griffin had a lot of trouble with the sun, which again is not on the infield portion of the grass, but is still on the outfield. It's an error, though, on Griffin with 2 away to put Wilson at second base.
Yeah, 2-base error. Wilson now in scoring position. Griffin not only hampered by the sun, but Reggie Corona came over from second base, and there may have been some miscommunication as to who would take it. Griffin towering over Corona and seemed to have the better look, although Corona had the better angle. Nonetheless, fell to the ground. Ducks trying to get out of this inning unscathed after a 2-base error.
So here's the cleanup man, Jovan Rosa, the DH, standing in just his second game with the Blue Crabs. He made his debut yesterday as he takes a strike. Here went 2 for 4 with a pair of singles and scored a run. So Rosa, the newcomer, right into the lineup and right into the cleanup spot. And he becomes the 4th straight batter, I believe, that Bruce Kern has started out now with strike 1. So we got Wilson at second with 2 away on the drop pop-up by John Griffin down the first base line in fair territory. Now this one dumped down the right field line for a fair ball and a base hit. Wilson will turn third and score. It's an RBI single for Jovan Rosa. His first run batted in as a Blue Crab makes it 1-0 Southern Maryland.
And that was a bloop crab for Jovan Rosa. That one just blooped over the head of John Griffin and falling somewhat meekly in right field, but enough to have Zach Wilson score with 2 out. He's running on the crack of the bat, so an early 1-0 lead and an unearned run for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs against Bruce Kern.
Here's the 5-man and catcher from the right side, Gustavo Molina, and he takes a slider low and inside for ball 1. Our home plate umpire tonight is Richard Katz. It's J.B. Torres at first and Fred DeJesus around at third. So again, yesterday the Ducks were their 9th come-from-behind win of the season. They'll need another one here tonight, trailing 1-0 in the first, as Kern misses low and in with ball 2. Well, behind Bruce tonight, he's got John Griffin at first, Reggie Corona at second, Dan Lyons the shortstop, and Cody Puckett at third. Delta Cleary Jr. is in left, Lou Ford in center, Prentice Redmond in right, and Mike Blank does the catching. Be a 2-0 here to Molina, and that low and in for ball 3. Molina batting .312 to lead the Crabs, also leads Southern Maryland with 8 homers and with 26 runs batted in. So this is the guy David was talking about, all over the league leaderboard as well. Their most dangerous hitter, with a man at first and 2 away, trying to add to a 1-0 lead. He's taking all the way on the 3-0, and it's an inside strike, 3-1. 400 feet to dead center field here at the Duck Pond and 325 down the lines. Right now that stiff wind continues to push from right towards left. 3-1 is popped up out of play behind home plate, and the count now full.
Well, you can see how you can manufacture a run in this league, or any league for that matter. An error with sunshine and maybe some miscommunication on the infield, and then a little bloop to right field, producing the Blue Crabs' first run of the game.
So good job by Kern here to get it back to 3-2 after falling behind 3-0 to Molina. The runner goes on the 2-out payoff, and a breaking ball. Great one-hop scoop at third by Cody Puckett, and he throws across to get him out. What a job by Puckett, and that will retire the side. For the Crabs, a run, a hit, an error, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the first at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It's the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 1, and the Long Island Ducks coming to bat.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and hitting coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived.
Well, Duck fans, the Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quackerjack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916.
Well, we head to the bottom of the first. Ducks trailing the Crabs 1-0. And defensively tonight for Southern Maryland, they have Zach Wilson at first, Jake Opitz at second, Casey Frawley is the shortstop, and Rennie Osuna around at third. Jamar Walton in left, Anton DeJesus in center, Fred Lewis in right, Gustavo Molina does the catching, and on the hill, the 34-year-old southpaw from Oregon City, Oregon. He stands 6'1", 175-pound Brian Burris to make his 8th appearance of the year and his 5th start. So Burris to begin with Brian Sabatella, the DH and leadoff man from the right side for the Flock. And the first pitch to Sabatella is inside and low for ball one. Brian having a terrific season, batting .295, a homer, and 20 runs batted in. The 1-0 here is up and away for ball two.
No doubt, key for Brian Burris, keep Sabatella off the base paths. He is leading the Atlantic League in steals with 15. He's been caught 5 times. He is a table setter.
2-0 is taken all the way for a strike. Also leads the Atlantic League in runs with 35, and he's got 9 more runs scored than any other player in the league. So the ultimate table setter is Sabatella, a first-year Duck who gets backdoored here for a strike, and the count level now at 2-2.
Native of Port Jeff, Shoreham Wading River High, where he played ball.
2-2 is bounced back on one hop to Burris, the left-hander. He will throw to first for out number 1.
Just hit that in the wrong place, right back to the pitcher. Higher bounce, it bounces into center, and Sabatella is aboard. Ducks already trailing 1-0, but it's a bit on the early side.
They got 26 outs to play with here, trailing 1-0. And here's their switch-hitting left fielder and 2-man who'll bat from the right against the southpaw Burris. It's Delta Cleary Jr. for Long Island, hitting .309 to lead the team now. No homers, 9 runs batted in. Takes it the other way to right field. Coming on is Lewis. He won't get there. And it drops in for a 1-out single for Delta Cleary Jr., who extends his hitting streak to 3 games and his on-base streak to 11 games.
And Cleary a threat to steal as well. He is 7 for 9 in the larceny department. So he may be looking to get into scoring position. Then again, sometimes it's prudent to just wait there and watch Lou Ford, one of the best hitters the Atlantic League has ever seen at the plate.
Well, here's the center fielder and 3-man from the right side. Lou batting .308, so Delta Cleary Jr. 1/1000th of a percentage point ahead of Lou Ford coming in, and he's got a good lead already past the cutout. Remember, it's a lefty, Brian Burris, staring at Cleary at first. He's got that southpaw's advantage, and he misses low here to Ford. It's ball one. Again, Lou at 308, second best average on the team, 5 homers, and he leads Long Island and the Atlantic League with 36 runs batted in. Burris staring at Cleary at first, comes home with a 1-0, and that fouled off the foot of Ford for strike one.
Lou was 1 for 4 last night with a run scored in the Ducks' 5-4 Waddle-off win, bottom of the ninth. Again, 3 runs scored in the top of inning number 9. But the Ducks were able to pull it out for their 7th straight win.
And again, Lou Ford was the guy who scored the game-winning run in the bottom of the ninth. Again, the 4th Waddle-off win of the year for Long Island. 1-1 is inside for ball 2 to Lou. Again, great chance for the Ducks to tie it up here, trailing 1-0 in the last of the first. They have Delta Cleary at first base with 1 away, and Lou Ford sitting at 2 balls and a strike at the dish. Cleary takes off. The pitch is grounded foul down the left field line. So Cleary was off and running, but Lou got a pitch he liked and just got a little too anxious, David. Got the bat head out in front, and it's 2-2.
Well, Lou Ford, also the hitting coach of the Long Island Ducks, so Lou Ford, the hitting coach, will have a very brief internal conversation with Lou Ford, the hitter, telling himself to be patient.
And you think he's doing a good job or what? They're number 1 in batting average, number 1 in total hits, number 1 in runs, number 1 in slugging percentage, number 1 in on-base percentage as a team. You think Lou's doing a job as the hitting coach?
Can't do any better than that.
See what Cleary Jr. does here. He backs up the lead a little bit, and then the 2-2 is well hit to center field. DeJesus has it measured, though, moving back into his left to make the grab for the second out. So Ford hit it hard, but right at DeJesus, 2 away, and it's the cleanup man, Cody Puckett.
Cody Puckett, number 2.
So Cody, a right-handed stick, digs in where he's batting .294, 4 homers, 20 runs batted in on the season. And, David, if Delta Cleary Jr. was running with 1 out and Lou Ford at the plate, chances are he'll run here with 2 at some point during the Cody Puckett at-bat.
Resumes a healthy lead at first.
I can't believe the jump he got off a lefty, again, who's staring right at him. And now he goes, and they got him picked off. The throw to first, now down to short, is in time. No! They called Delta Cleary Jr. safe, and the shortstop, Casey Frawley, cannot believe it. The rest of the Crabs, David, were headed off the field, but he's called safe. So Delta Cleary with his 8th stolen base of the year.
You're absolutely right. Center fielder Anton DeJesus, right fielder Fred Lewis. Everybody was converging to jog back to the Southern Maryland Blue Crab dugout. I mean, it was a bang-bang play, but slid in under the tag. So the Ducks with a runner in scoring position and 2 down.
Unbelievable. So even though Burris threw to first, Wilson threw to short, somehow he got around the tag of Casey Frawley and picks up the stolen base. The Ducks league leading 51st stolen base of the year. They had 4 steals here yesterday. Southern Maryland last in the league in stolen bases, and they had just 1 yesterday. So ball 1 now to Cody Puckett, who's got a man in scoring position with 2 away. This pitch low and in for ball 2. 2-0 now on Puckett.
Every so often you see that with a pickoff that's successful, but the runner takes off, and just the time it takes to get that ball from the pitcher to the first baseman, then back over, let's say, to the shortstop in this case. Too late.
2-0 is down in the dirt. 3-0 now. So Cody Puckett way out in front here against the left-hander Brian Burris. 1-2 on the year with a 4.43 ERA. Again, much like Bruce Kern, he's worked as a reliever and a starter this year. He's had 4 starts and 3 relief appearances. It's been a week since Brian Burris pitched, though, for Southern Maryland. Here's his 3-0, and that is taken on the outside corner for strike 1.
Chris, I'll tell you, the fans are still filing in. A healthy crowd, and it's getting healthier by the moment. Now that we know that the rain's going to hold off till rather late this evening, beautiful night for baseball.
3-1 is in the air, center field for Anton DeJesus, and he will camp under it, make the catch to retire the side. So for the Ducks, no runs to hit and a man left. We're through 1 on the island. Southern Maryland leads the Ducks 1-0.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
And the Ducks Health Report, brought to you tonight by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Just 2 names on the injury report. Both are day-to-day. Elbow problem for Eric Komatsu, listed as day-to-day. And with a tight hamstring, catcher Jose Morales, also day-to-day. And that's it. So the Ducks reasonably and relatively healthy as the first half rolls on.
Well, certainly healthy with a 7-game winning streak. Again, the league best winning streak this year. Southern Maryland won 8 straight games from May 7th through May the 14th. So a victory tonight will tie the top mark in the league for the Long Island Ducks. They trail it 1-0 as we go to the top of the second. And right-hander Bruce Kern to start with a 6-hitter and second baseman. From the left side for the Crabs, it's Jake Opitz. First pitch to him is right down the middle for strike one. Opitz batting just a $173 on the season, a pair of homers and 4 runs batted in. Southern Maryland has a team batting just .250. That's the 6th best average out of the 8 teams in the Atlantic League. As here Opitz sees one low and inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. They ran out red hot, did Southern Maryland, had the best record in the league at 21-12, but then have dropped 6 of the last 9. As here missing up and away is Kern for ball 2. Count 2-1 now on Opitz.
Meanwhile, Sugarland getting hot. They've won 7 of 10 and trail Southern Maryland now by 4.5 and climbing.
2-1 is bounced to second for Regi Corona. Picks it up on a couple of hops. Throws to John Griffin for the 4-3 putout. And really, David, up in the Liberty division, it's a 2-horse race. Somerset's in first. Ducks are 3 back. Then Bridgeport 10.5 games out. Camden 11.5. So it's going to be the Ducks and the Pats for the final 28 games to try to decide it.
We've been singing that song for years.
Yes, we have.
Ducks and Pats, what a rivalry. And now, of course, last couple of seasons in the same division, it's even more intense.
Well, here's the one-out hitter, Jamar Walton, the left-swinging left fielder and 7-man. And he fouls away the first pitch for strike one. Ducks actually close out the first half here against Somerset, July 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So, David, holiday weekend could have the first half crown on the line. Boy, if it comes down to those 3 games, how awesome would that be? 0-1 here is low and in. 1 ball and 1 strike on Walton. A .265 hitter, second best on the squad, with a homer and 7 runs batted in. Kern ready for the 1-1. And that popped up into left field. Delta Cleary Jr., the left fielder, over towards the line. Will wait for it to drop into his glove for the second out.
I guess it would be appropriate if it came down to the Ducks and the Pats for the first half. 2 of the most successful franchises in the history of the Atlantic League in terms of attendance, in terms of championships. I mean, whatever barometer you want to use, it's been the Ducks and the Patriots neck and neck on top nearly every year.
And of course, the most championships, those 2 teams in order. Somerset with 5 titles and the Ducks with 3. Here is Casey Frawley, the shortstop, and 8-hitter from the right side. He takes up high for ball 1. Frawley at .213 for the batting average, 1 homer, and 11 knocked in on the year as Bruce Kern looks for a 1-2-3 inning. Again, an unearned run against him in the opening frame on the dropped pop-up by John Griffin at first. Here he gets a strike to even things up at 1-1.
Kern has a very good pop on his fastball early on. We know we're not going to see him around the 7th or 8th inning. He's letting it all hang out here early, and he's got good break on the curve.
Been very efficient, and that's the key when the pitch count's going to be somewhere around the 50 mark, said Kevin Baez. So maybe if he can stay this efficient, David, he'll get through more than 3 innings, which is the goal. 2 or 3 innings. He has not gone beyond 3 innings all year. 2 3-inning stints, his longest outings, 1 as a reliever, 1 as a starter.
So Kevin Baez piecing it together tonight.
Yep, no doubt. The 2-1 is a check swing called strike on the outside corner against Frawley, and it's 2-2.
Home plate umpire Richard Katz, very liberal in terms of his strike zone here tonight, especially east and west. He allowing pitches at or just off the plate to be called strikes.
Let's see what happens here on the 2-2. And that in the air to right for Prentice Redmond. Barely has to move. Couple of steps in will make the grab, and 3 up and 3 down go the Crabs. We go to the bottom of the second on the island. Southern Maryland has a 1-0 lead over the Ducks.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment, too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss, Chris King. Let's pause 5 seconds now for station identification. Ducks and Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. The Crabs leading the Ducks 1-0 going to the bottom of inning number 2. There's no better time than now to sign up the young Ducks fans in your life for the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Ducks Kids Club. Children 14 and under receiving exciting gifts, discounts on merchandise, and unique experiences that only come with being a member. Sign up today by visiting liducks.com or calling 631-940-3825.
Well, John Griffin leading off the last of the second with Long Island down 1-0, and the lefty Brian Burris' first pitch is in there for a strike. Or no, they're going to say a bit low. Well, home plate umpire moved his arm to throw a ball back to the mound, so I thought it was a strike call, but it's a ball. 1-0 now to John Griffin, the 5-man and first baseman from the right side. Here's a strike, and the count now even up on Griffin. Comes in batting .285, leads Long Island with 8 homers, and second on the team and second in the league with runs batted in. 33 of those, just 3 back of Lou Ford. 1-1 is ripped to deep center field. DeJesus going back into left center at the track, reaches up and on the warning track, makes the catch for the first out. Oh boy, did John Griffin give it a ride.
He did, and DeJesus was just gliding like a gazelle getting to it. Never really broke into a sprint. He had it measured all the way, but he was within a stride or two of the wall.
So 3 straight fly ball outs now to Anton DeJesus in center. 1 away here in the home second, and it brings up the right swinging right fielder and 6-man, Prentice Redmond. The lefty Burris' first pitch is up and away, ball 1 to Redmond, batting .224, a homer, and 11 runs batted in. Prentice 0 for 2 yesterday, but drew 2 walks and was hit by a pitch. So not bad if you go 0 for 2, David, get aboard 3 times, and did score a run in the 5-4 waddle-off win. Takes another ball here. He's been very good at drawing the walks this year. It's 2-0. And he lays off that one, which is a called strike. 2-1 now to Prentice Redmond.
Still have a breeze that is aiming toward left field. Not quite as stiff as it was when the game began, but it will assist anything in the air to left.
Down and away, misses Burris. 3-1 now to Redmond, who's worked out 25 walks already this year. 3rd most in the Atlantic League.
Good eye at the plate.
Again, Ducks need a base runner down 1. Let's see what he gets. 3-1. A pitch to hit, but he grounds it to short. 2 hops for Casey Frawley across the diamond, and there are 2 away. So Brian Burris, much like his counterpart, Bruce Kern, looking for a 1-2-3 second inning. If he can get Rigi Corona, the switch-hitting second baseman and 7-man.
Rigi Corona, number 11.
So Rigi, the hero of yesterday afternoon's game with the waddle-off game-winning hit in the bottom of the ninth that brought home Lou Ford. after the Ducks again blew a 3-run lead going into the ninth. Ryan Kushmal blew the save but got the win to go to 2-0 on the season. So here's Regi, the 2-out hitter with nobody aboard. And he takes an inside strike. Corona batting .296, fourth best average on the Ducks. He's got a homer and 14 runs batted in. Real nice game yesterday. 2 for 4, the game-winning single, had a sac bunt, a stolen base. And here rips it into left center field over the leaping glove of the shortstop Casey Frawley for a 2-out single. Big turn at first, and Regi will head back.
So Regi picking up where he left off with his waddle-off hit last night. Hit it hard over the glove of the jumping Casey Frawley. So Ducks looking to tie it up early here, and they may put the runner in motion at some point. Kevin Baez never shy about getting things moving on the base path.
Well, Corona 6 steals in 7 tries this year, and with that base hit, he extends his hitting streak to 5 games. So a 2-out runner for Mike Blank, the 8-man and catcher from the right side. The lefty Brian Burris staring at Corona at first, will come home and miss low for Blank. It's ball 1. Might get an even .300 batting average coming in. No homers, 7 runs batted in. He brings in a 4-game hitting streak himself. Corona right at the cutout at first. Burris the stare down, and then the pitch home. Bounced up the middle. Will it get through? No, the second baseman Opitz cuts it off. His throw to first, though, not in time and off the mark. And that's going to be an infield single from Mike Blank. So back-to-back 2-out knocks for Long Island.
Nothing Opitz could do. He was behind the second base bag, actually on the third base side, the left side, as we look at it, of the second base bag. Blank, not the speediest of Long Island Ducks, but he had no trouble beating that one out. Throw came in on a couple of bounces. So, Ducks with some 2-out lightning here. Couple of runners on, 2-man out, and trailing by 1.
Well, it brings up the 9-man and shortstop from the right side. It's Dan Lyons for Long Island, batting .288, no homers, and he's 5th on the flock with 19 runs batted in. Again, he's got Regi Corona at second, Mike Blank at first. They are 2-out runners, with Long Island trailing by a run here in the home second. Brian Burris to the belt, the check of second. His pitch is in there for strike 1 to Dan Lyons. Brian Burris, major league experience, over 100 games with the Orioles, the Blue Jays, and the Pirates. Last time he pitched in the big leagues, 2011, with Pittsburgh. 0-1 to Lyons, and that a breaking ball swung over the top of by Dan, and he's quickly down 2 strikes in the count. Second year in Southern Maryland for Brian Burris, second year in the Atlantic League, and his 14th season of professional baseball for the native of Oregon. So good start for him here with 2 on and 2 out to get ahead of Lyons, 0-2. Big looping curveball, tried to backdoor him, but it missed away for ball 1.
Oh, about 3.5, 4 weeks from now, Dan Lyons will hit a milestone. 500 regular season games as a Long Island Duck. Came into the season at .440. He has played 38 this season. You can't get him out of the lineup. It would take an act of Congress.
Here he hits it up the middle and through in the center field. Turning third and heading home is Regi Corona. Here's the throw from DeJesus. It's not in time. He scores standing up. It's an RBI single for Dan Lyons, and the Ducks have tied this game at 1 here in the last of the second.
Dan Lyons, not your prototype number 9 hitter. Handles the bat as well as anyone on the Ducks or anywhere else. Hit it right back up the middle. Didn't try to do too much with it. Not just a seeing eye base hit. That thing had some top spin, overspin, and it brings Brian Sabatella up, and the Ducks may not be done. Still 2 on, 2 out.
Well, 20th run batted in the year for Dan Lyons. The Ducks with 3 straight 2-out singles now off Burris. And here is Sabatella, who hit a comebacker to Burris to begin the game. This time the lefty backdoors him with a curve for strike 1. Sabatella 2 for 4 yesterday, and he drove in 3. Had a pair of singles, a walk, a stolen base. And again, 3 runs batted in of the 5 Long Island scored. The 0-1 is well hit to center field. DeJesus moving into left center will make the grab, and that will retire the side. But the Ducks do get a run on 3 hits and leave a pair. 2 in the books in CI tonight. The Ducks won, the Crabs won.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Patrick Kreider, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss, Chris King, we reiterate a gorgeous night for baseball. Any thunderstorms in the forecast will arrive after 10 p.m., we're told, maybe even later than that. I mean, no bugs to speak of. Humidity is not a problem here. Nice breeze. And a pyrotechnic extravaganza. It's fireworks night tonight after the game. Tomorrow night, former National League MVP George Foster, the former Cincinnati Red and former New York Met, will be here as the Ducks take on the Blue Crabs at 6:35. And on Wednesday, June 10th, 6:35, the Ducks will wrap up their series against the Blue Crabs. 3 ways to get your tickets: Bethpage Ballpark box office, online, liducks.com, or via the Ducks mobile app, and by calling 631-940-TIXX.
Yeah, I'm hoping that George Foster will be my pregame interview tomorrow night. I would love to chat with him about his time in the big leagues and with the New York Mets as well. Here's Anton DeJesus, the 9-hitter, to lead it off for Southern Maryland. Top of the third in a 1-1 game. The center fielder and 9-hitter swings from the left side, and Bruce Kern, the right-hander, drops in strike one on DeJesus. Kern's 0-1. Is well hit to center field. Lou Ford going back into right center. Backpedals, reaches up, and puts it away for out number one. David, he makes that look way too easy.
He does. Once again, gliding over to his left, to our right. I thought that was going to carry all the way to the P.C. Richard & Son sign, but it kind of just died out there. Not sure if the wind helped to knock it down. It's blowing toward left field. That thing was slicing toward right. In any case, 1 up, 1 down.
Well, 5 in a row now, retired by Kern, who's been very efficient. In fact, so efficient he might go beyond the 3 innings that Kevin Baez was kind of limiting him to. Back to the top of the order for Fred Lewis. He flew out to center field to open the game. Big left-handed stick. And the first pitch puts it in the air to left. Backing up is Delta Cleary Jr. The wind continues to take it in front of the warning track. He'll make the grab for the second out. So, David, anything hits to left, that wind is really pushing hard from right to left. It's going to have a chance to go out.
Yeah, absolutely. That one, as you mentioned, Chris, just kept on carrying the Ken Cullen sign. But able to get it was Delta Cleary Jr. And another first pitch swing.
Yep.
And more economy from Kern. He may just stay in there and give Kevin Baez more length than he expected.
Well, now he has Renny Osuna here, the 2-out hitter, and he misses up and in with the fastball. Osuna grounded one back off Kern that was fielded by the second baseman, Corona, who threw to first to get him back in the opening inning. Bruce Kern, 2-1 on the year, a 2.54 earned run average. 1-0 is in on the hands and fouled away over the visiting dugout on the third base side. The count 1-1. And David, you talked about the fireworks and George Foster. Yesterday, Spider-Man was here.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Mick Foley was in the ballpark celebrating his 50th birthday.
Mick Foley, the big 5-0.
Yes,
How about that?
Can you believe it? But I saw so many pictures of youngsters with Spider-Man, and the look on their face, just priceless. Absolutely priceless. As here's a curve hit to short. Danny Lyons will gobble up, throw across, and for the second straight inning, Bruce Kern makes quick work of the Blue Crabs. They go in order. We go to the bottom of the third. Ducks and Crabs all even at 1 apiece.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Brian Sabatella, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
auto 24-month lease. Total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Hey, Duck fans, the final out of the top of the third inning was the 15th of tonight's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO or visit geico.com.
Well, we head to the bottom of the third. Long Island Ducks and Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are tied at 1. Sixth game of the year between the two teams. Long Island has 3 victories, and the Crabs have 2. They played 4 games down in Crustacean Nation in the opening week of the season, and the team split those games, and then Long Island won it yesterday, again 5-4 in waddle-off fashion. Delta Cleary Jr. to lead it off for the Ducks, and the lefty, Brian Burris, into his third inning of work, drops in a curveball for strike 1. Cleary a single to right and a stolen base back in the opening inning. 0-1 is cut on and missed, and quickly the count 0-2 on Delta Cleary Jr. So again, with that base hit, Delta Cleary now has a 3-game hitting streak, hits in 10 of his last 11 games, and at home hits in 9 in a row. That's the longest current home hitting streak in the Atlantic League. He's also reached base in 11 straight games. So pretty much up and down the Ducks order, you're seeing everybody's got some type of hitting streak, on base streak. Again, that's what happens when you win 7 straight and you score 50 runs in those 7 victories. Down in the count, 1-2 is Cleary, and here a number foul near Lou Ford in the on-deck circle, and the count holds on Delta Cleary Jr. Again, came in batting .309, 1 percentage point better than Lou Ford. Ford flew out to center his first time up. Cleary got the hit, and he's up to .317 coming into this at-bat as he fouls a curve back to the screen. And the count 1-2 on Delta Cleary Jr. Delta 1 for 5 yesterday with a single and a stolen base. And the Ducks 5-4 waddle-off win. 1-2 is another tapper foul back behind home. And the count holds on Cleary. Brian Burris coming off his worst outing of the season. Again, it was a week ago tonight in Sugar Land, Texas. In a 13-5 loss to the Skeeters, he went only 3 innings, allowing a season-high 6 hits, a season-high 6 runs, a season-high 4 walks. Been much better tonight already. 1-2 swing and a miss on a backdoor curve, and he's got his first strikeout of the evening, 1 away.
Correct me if I'm wrong, that's the first strikeout of any kind by anybody in the ballpark tonight.
You got it. First K on either side of the score sheet, and it's Cleary swinging.
Okay, we have had a plethora of fly balls. We've had some outstanding defensive play, especially from the Ducks so far.
Yep. So a good game so far, good pitchers duel, and boy, for the Ducks, Bruce Kern David unofficially at 37 pitches, so I think when the target was between 45 and 55, he's certainly going to at least come out for inning number 4.
37 through 3 innings, that is economical.
Ball 1 to Ford, and now ball 2. Lou flew out to center field his first time up. So again, the goal for Kevin Baez, he told me 2 to 3 innings or 45 to 55 pitches, and go by pitch count, he will come back out there. Oh, did Lou go after one there? I think he was trying to hit it into the next town. It's a swinging strike and 2-1.
Now back on the 2nd of June, that was last Tuesday, Rami Lewis, bottom of the first against the Ducks. Didn't he throw 45 pitches in 1 inning?
That's right, the first inning, that's right. Lou takes this the other way to right. Coming in is Fred Lewis. He will make a 2-handed catch for out number 2.
Yeah, Lou has flied out now twice to center and to right, trying to be a little patient at the plate and wait on it. But with Lou, it's a learning experience. I mean, if he's 0 for 2, heaven help you with at-bat number 3.
Exactly.
Because he learns from each successive at-bat. That's how good he is.
And Lou coming in number 1 in the Atlantic League in runs batted in total bases, in doubles, and extra base hits. Doing it all again, following up his MVP season. Here's Cody Puckett with 2 out and nobody aboard. 1-1 last of the third. And Cody, who flew out to center his first time, takes ball 1 here from Brian Burris, again trying to make quick work of the Ducks. Gets a strike and evens things up here on Puckett. The left-hander working very quickly here as we play in the bottom of the third of a 1-1 game. The 1-1 pitch is poked foul out of play down the right field line for strike 2. Puckett 0 for 5 yesterday in the Ducks' victory. Long Island's 7th straight overall and 3rd straight here at home. And they got some big-time help in Bridgewater, New Jersey, when the Camden River Sharks, who trailed 8-0 into the 5th inning, rallied to beat the Patriots 11-9. Here Burris misses down and in, 2-2. And David, that moved the Ducks just 3 games out of first place with 28 games to go in the first half.
They are now well within shouting distance and gaining fast. Somerset looking in the rear view when they weren't just a few weeks ago.
2-2 is just inside to run it full. And, well, you talk about Somerset, David. When's the last time they blew an 8-0 lead at home halfway through the game?
Unpatriot-like, to be sure.
And the best pitching in the league gave up 11 in the final 5 innings. Payoff here is in the air to center field. Gliding back toward it is the very busy Anton DeJesus, who makes the catch, and the Ducks go 1-2-3. We've completed 3 in CI. The Ducks and Blue Crabs are tied 1-1.
Hey fans, this is catcher Mike Blank, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Ducks and Crabs tied at 1 as we go to inning number 4. For Long Island, a run on 4 hits with an error. For Southern Maryland, a run on 1 hit with an error. And to take you across the next 4 innings of play-by-play, my partner, who will also provide us with our 4th inning trivia question tonight. Again, the question here in the top of the inning, the answer in the bottom of the frame. It's the one and only David Weiss at the mic.
Thank you very much, Kinger. And the question revolves around our favorite number 3, Buddy Harrelson. One of the most important, recognizable faces of the Long Island Ducks, as well as the New York Mets. Question forthcoming in a moment. Zach Wilson at the plate, first pitch swinging, snared at third by Cody Puckett to throw across to John Griffin in time. Another outstanding play by Cody Puckett. He has made a few of them here tonight. And once again, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Bruce Kern might be trying for 5 or 6 innings at this pace, right?
Unbelievable. I think the Blue Crabs assume he's going to be throwing strikes.
Yep.
Why not just jump out on him? But they're not being patient at all. They're just going right after Kern, and he is mowing them down.
He's retired 8 in a row now, David. He's trying to send the message he wants to stay a little longer than 3 innings, and he's done it here in the 4th.
Jovan Rosa with a bloop single to right, driving in the 1 run that's up on the board for the Blue Crabs back in the 1st inning. First pitch misses, 1 ball and no strikes. I promise we'll get to that, Buddy Harrelson.
If Bruce Kern lets us.
Yeah.
We might not.
He's pitching quickly, efficiently, and there aren't many pitches thrown. 1-0 pitch to Rosa on the way. And there's a good curveball outside corner. You can hear the mid pop even on the curve. It's 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 down. The tough-hitting Gustavo Molina is on deck. Righty-righty matchup here. Next pitch to Rosa, and there's a little squibber back to the mound. Jumping off the mound to his right is Kern, and he throws out Jovan Rosa, 2 down.
Better get to the trivia.
Buddy Harrelson, early 1960s in high school, Sunset High School in Hayward, California. Buddy was not a 1, not 2, but a 3 sports star. Name all 3 sports. He was captain of each team.
Wow.
On his high school sports teams. Buddy Harrelson, not all about baseball, which obviously was one of the sports. Name the other 2. That's your trivia question for Buddy. A couple of days after his birthday on June 6th. Gustavo Molina at the plate. He hit a hot shot to third his first time up. Great short hop snare by Cody Puckett, who fired on to Griffin for the out. So Molina 0 for 1. Next pitch, had the plate, but downstairs 2-0.
I got, obviously, the 1 sport. The second one, I think I have a pretty good idea, but I'm really going to have to think about the third one. Wow.
Is it as obvious as you think? I don't think it's all that obvious.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'll give it a try when we come back.
Next pitch to Molina. Taking something off is Kern. Swing and a miss. 2-1 with 2 down, nobody on. We're tied at 1, top of the 4th here at Bethpage Ballpark. Very nice crowd on hand. A very comfortable night for baseball ahead of the thunderstorms, which are going to arrive much, much later. 2-1 pitch on the way. Strike outside corner, 2-2.
I'm telling you, David, he could come out for the 5th inning if Bruce Kern is going to stay this efficient. He's retired 9 in a row, and he's up in that, again, 45 range that Kevin Baez targeted, but he's been so good. Will he run him out for a 5th? We'll find out.
Skipper Baez must be absolutely giddy in the dugout.
No doubt about it.
What he's getting out of Bruce Kern.
Longest outing of the year already here for the Yaphank Long Island native.
2-2 pitch is on the way. Big overhand curve just missing outside. So the count now full at 3-2. Ducks have 1 run, 4 hits. They've committed an error, which did lead to a run. That was in the first inning. Blue Crabs, 1 run, just 1 measly hit against Bruce Kern. Payoff pitch. Another hot shot to short. Snared by Dan Lyons. Throw across in time. The big stretch by John Griffin. Another superb defensive play. This time, Dan Lyons. 3 up, 3 grounders, 3 down. Bruce Kern mows them down 1-2-3 again. We have finished 3.5 here at Bethpage Ballpark, and the score remains the Blue Crabs 1, the Ducks 1.
Hey fans, this is Jose Morales, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss, Chris King. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. We are tied at 1, the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. Trivia question we asked in the top of this frame, Buddy Harrelson. You know the sport he's famous for, but he was a 3-sport star at Sunset High School in Hayward, California in the early 1960s, where he grew up. Name all 3 of the sports.
Well, the baseball, the obvious one. I'm going to think he would be an awesome point guard at basketball. Is that one of them?
You're absolutely right. How about the third?
Oh, the third one. Now, what would be the third sport for Buddy? Not football. Oh, boy. I don't know. Maybe some track and field event?
That's what I would have guessed.
Yeah.
Buddy was a 130-pound speedy halfback in football.
Really?
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
And a very good one.
Wow.
John Griffin at the plate. He flied to deep center field his first time up. Great play by Anton de Jesus. to track that one down. So Griffin 0 for 1. And leading off here at the bottom of the fourth. Big cut, foul ball left side. Let me read this to you.
Not 130 pounds, come on.
At Sunset High School in Hayward, California, Buddy was a 130-pound halfback in football, a 5'7" basketball player, and a shortstop on the baseball team. Despite his size, he was captain of all 3 teams in his senior year, twice named to the Hayward Athletic League All-Star Baseball team, and made all-league teams in football and basketball once each. In 1962, named the East Bay Athlete of the Year.
Unbelievable. That is just incredible.
And these are baseball cards that came out many years ago called the Boyhood Photos of the Stars. As John Griffin takes a big swing, lifts it in the air, left field. Jamar Walton is going back, warning track, makes the catch. I don't think Griffin got all of that, but with the wind pushing everything toward left field, it almost carried out.
That was a moon ball, David, and would have certainly been a wind-aided home run if it just hung up there a little bit longer. And, again, a good indication of just how much that wind can affect the fly ball here tonight.
So, again, a belated 71st. Happy birthday.
Born on D-Day, Buddy Harrelson. Incredible.
June the 6th, big day in history, and Buddy is a part of that history. For the Ducks, it is Prentice Redmond at the plate, who bounced to short his first time up. Tied at 1, bottom of the fourth. 1 out, nobody on for the Long Island Ducks. Redmond batting from the right side against the southpaw, Brian Burris, in his 4th inning of work. Kicks and deals. Redmond with a good swing, but fouls it out of play right side. And the count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
How about this, David? Burris has retired 5 in a row. Kern has retired 10 in a row. And Kern's at 47 pitches. When the target was 45 to 55, I think he's coming out for the 5th.
1-1 pitch inside. 2 balls and a strike, and I agree with that pitch count. And he is not laboring at all. He's making it look easy.
1 hit, 10 in a row retired. Like you said, David, he's making it look too easy.
2-1 pitch to Redmond. Had the plate, but low. So now 3-1. Brian Burris has yet to walk a batter. And in fact, Bruce Kern hasn't even come close to walking a batter. So no walks in this game yet. 3-1 pitch, outside corner for a strike. Redmond took a step toward first base, but home plate umpire Richard Katz signaling strike. J.B. Torres is the umpire at first base tonight, and Fred DeJesus is at third. No relation to the center fielder for the Blue Crabs, Anton. As Redmond gets under it on the payoff pitch and flies it to right. Coming in is Fred Lewis, and had to circle under it. A little tricky with the winds, but makes the grab.
Yeah, the wind really pushed it at the last second towards center field from right, and Lewis had to lunge to his right to stay with that ball, as all 3 flags down the right field line are standing at attention, pointing towards left field.
So 2 out, nobody on. I'll bring up Luigi Corona, who had that base hit last night. It said all Ducks fans home happy in the bottom of the 9th. A waddle-off win over Southern Maryland in the start of this 3-game series, 5-4 win. And the pitch to Corona, inside corner for a strike. Fastball from the starter for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, the lefty Brian Burris, 0-1. Corona singled to left his first time up and would come around to score on an RBI single a few batters later from Dan Lyons. And there's a line drive, left field, diving catch by Jamar Walton, and he makes it. What a grab by Jamar Walton. Highlight reel for Jamar Corona. Robbed of at least a single, maybe more.
Unbelievable, David. The defense on both sides tonight has been spectacular.
Another web jam in left, and that retires the side in order for the Ducks. 7 in a row retired by Brian Burris, and we have finished 4 at Bethpage Ballpark. We remain deadlocked at 1.
Hey fans, this is Sergio Perez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your fan can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trouttown Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived.
Well, fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle-In Shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. All proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks.
And Bruce Kern, the right-hander for the Long Island Ducks, back out there for the top of inning number 5. Yes, on something of a pitch count here tonight, but why would you ever take him out at this point?
47 pitches. He has retired 10 in a row and allowed only one base hit in the entire game. What an outing for the youngster who was born in Stony Brook, calls Yaphank home, went to Bellport High School, Suffolk Community College, and St. John's University. Lots of local roots for Bruce Kern.
Jake Opitz swinging at the first pitch. Center field, Lou Ford going back, way back, and makes the catch. Once again, Lou Ford getting a good jump on a ball that is a little tricky, hit right at him. Of course, the wind affecting it, blowing toward left field. Kind of spun around, made an awkward catch, but did catch it in center. One pitch, one down.
And yeah, you pointed it out, David. I am just amazed at how often, though, they are first pitch swinging at Bruce Kern, again, making only his second start of the year.
Why not wait him out?
Yeah.
Jamar Walton at the plate. And he swings at the first pitch. This is hit toward the alley between Ford and Redmond, and it will go all the way to the wall. Walton streaking towards second base, and it looks like he will dig for third. Here comes the throw. It's going to be in ahead of him. The slide, and he's out of third base. Great throw from the outfield into third baseman Cody Puckett, nailing Walton at third, 2 down.
A great throw by Reggie Corona was the cutoff man. The second baseman out in right center took the relay throw from the warning track, and they gunned down Jamar Walton at third. Despite the headfirst slide, Cody Puckett applied the tag, 2 away.
So that put out goes, let's see, 7-4-5, I believe.
It's going to be 4-5, but it's either Lou Ford in center or Prentice Redmond in right. We'll wait the scoring on that. So either 8 or 9 to start that one off.
You got it, but it is a double and thrown out, trying to stretch it into a 3-bagger as Casey Frawley is at the plate. Crowd still buzzing, but that great play defensively by the Long Island Ducks. Jamar Walton with 1 out, trying to stretch it into a triple, is gunned down at third base. Next pitch to Frawley, outside corner for a strike, 0-2.
Yeah, Lou Ford started it off, David, so 8-4-5 is your trifecta play for tonight.
And well done by the Long Island Ducks. Hard hit ball by Walton to the gap, only the second hit. And this one off the helmet of Casey Frawley, who goes down to one knee. That one clearly just got away from Bruce Kern, and he looks in with some concern. Now the trainer coming out for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Frawley still on one knee.
Yeah, Teresa Gruchach is the trainer for the Blue Crabs. She is out, along with their new manager. Again, a first-year manager in Stan Clyburn, a former major leaguer veteran manager who recently picked up his 1,500th managerial win. That was Tuesday night in Sugar Land, Texas. His team was actually 1 out away from being no-hit by 5 different Skeeter pitchers when they got a home run, a 2-run shot by Kyle Hankard, and won the game for Clyburn, his 1,500th win. And while we mentioned that, Kevin Baez over the weekend picked up his 300th win as skipper of the Long Island Ducks when they won Game 1 of the doubleheader Friday morning in Camden. The good news here, Casey Frawley is up and gets a nice hand from the Ducks crowd as he'll make his way to first after being plunked in the helmet by Bruce Kern.
It's unusual. Anytime a player is hit squarely on the helmet, it's rare that he would stay in the game. In this case, though, Frawley says he's all right. It was, fortunately for Frawley, an off-speed pitch.
Yep.
Kind of a glancing blow off the top of the helmet, and Frawley is aboard, hit by pitch. Anton De Jesus, the number 9 man of the order, batting from the left side against the righty, Bruce Kern. So 2 men out, 1 man on, and the pitch just outside to De Jesus, who flied to center his first time up. Jake Opitz flying to dead center to lead off this 5th inning for the Blue Crabs. Good play, nice catch by Lou Ford. Jamar Walton hit it into the gap, Right center field, a double trying to stretch it to a triple. He was thrown out. Casey Froley hit by a pitch. That's where we stand as this one is lined to center field and in front of Lou Ford. So Anton De Jesus with a base hit as Casey Froley goes station to station and stops at second base. So over the last 3 batters, we've had that double, a hit by pitch, and now a single. And you would assume that skipper Kevin Baez is looking very intently at Bruce Kern to see if he might be beginning to tire.
Yeah, I would love to get him that final out of the inning, David, and again, give him a chance to get the win if the Ducks can rally to take the lead while he is the pitcher of record.
5 innings is what he needs. That's just 1 out from now if he can get it. Fred Lewis, top of the order, is 0 for 2. Big overhand curveball is low and inside, 1-0. So runners on first and second with 2 down. We're deadlocked at 1. Top of the 5th inning, Ducks, Blue Crabs, Bethpage Ballpark. Lewis swinging from the left side. The right-hander Kern coming set. Deliberately comes to the plate, and there's a ground ball to short. Taken on a couple of hops by Dan Lyons. The throw over to Regi Corona just in time to get the runner, Casey Froley, and that will do it. So, wiggling out of some trouble in the 5th, it is Bruce Kern going the full 5. After 4.5 at Bethpage Ballpark, we remain tied at 1.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and hitting coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls Party Deck, the Trout Town Fan Can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Ducks and Crabs tied at 1 as we go to the last of the 5th. Yesterday in the Atlantic League, we told you about Camden in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Trailed 8-0 halfway through the game, but rallied to beat the Patriots 11-9. York at home blanked Lancaster 3-0. And down in Texas, the Skeeters took care of the Bluefish 4-1. Those are yesterday's scores. Give it tonight's in just a second.
Mike Blank, the number 8 man in the order, followed by Dan Lyons, then back to the top of the order, and Brian Sabatella to face Brian Burris, the lefty, still in there for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Count 0-1 on Blank, who's 1 for 1, an infield single as he pokes one to center field. Coming in hard and making the catch is Anton De Jesus, who's been quite busy in center tonight. 1 down.
Well, now it's Burris retiring 8 in a row, so going on a run much like Bruce Kern had for the Ducks. His run ended at 11 straight when he gave up that double.
So here's Dan Lyons, who had a clutch 2-out single right up the middle in the 2nd inning. Brought home Regi Corona with the tying run, and we remain tied at 1, bottom of the 5th. Lyons 1 for 1 here tonight. Stands up on the plate from the right side against the southpaw Burris. Pitch, fastball inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Long Island Ducks with 7 in a row, looking for their 8th straight win here tonight against the Blue Crabs. 0-1 pitch on the way, slapped right field down the line. Fred Lewis is racing over and makes the catch. Lyons actually hit that one a lot harder than it seemed right off the bat. Nearly took it to the warning track, 2 down.
How about this, David? That is now 7 straight fly ball outs induced by Brian Burris, who has retired 9 in a row, 1 through 9 in the Ducks order since giving up that RBI single to Dan Lyons back in the 2nd.
Listen, you throw a sinker, you're a ground ball pitcher. There are times you can have a fly ball pitcher.
Yep.
And depending on the winds and the ballpark you're pitching in, that can be a problem. Or if you got a good outfield behind you, it can be a blessing. Brian Sabatella back to the top of the order. The native Long Islander 0 for 2 here tonight. Batting from the right side, the lefty Burris hits the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Sabatella bounced back to the box in the first. And one of those many fly balls to center to Anton De Jesus in the second. Burris kicks and deals, and this one is ripped toward right center field. That's down, a base hit. De Jesus gets it quickly, holding Sabatella to a 2-out single. Brian 1 for 3.
Well, he makes it a 7-game hitting streak now, does Brian Sabatella. We told you about it earlier. Leading the league in runs scored, leading the league in stolen bases, and in a tie game with 2 out. Is there any question whether he's going to go, David? I think it's just a question of when, not if.
Again, with those steals, 15 of them, caught stealing only 5 times. Delta Cleary Jr., good contact hitter at the plate. He stole his 8th base this season after singling in the first, and he lines one foul down the right field line. Look out. That one makes it to the concourse section. A screamer. Cleary a little late on it. 0-1. Cleary 1 for 2 in the game. Again, that single in the first did steal a base. Ball seemed to beat him there, but he got in under the tag. He's also struck out. 0-1 pitch on the way, and it's got the plate. Cleary not thrilled with the call. It's 0-2.
We'll see if Bruce Kern comes out for the 6th, David. He is at 56 pitches, and Kevin Baez said 45 to 55 was the limit, but maybe because he's been so effective, we'll see one more.
0-2 the count, and now a throw over to keep Sabatella close. The Ducks need to score the bottom of this frame in order to have Kern earn a win if they go on to victory. So this is the key inning as far as Kern is concerned for a W. Coming set, Burris, the 0-2 pitch, missing outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Good news for the Ducks out of town at TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater, New Jersey. They've gone at the top of the 3rd, and the Camden River Sharks with a 2-0 lead over the Somerset Patriots. Again, the Ducks start the night 3 back of the first-place Pats and the Liberty.
Sabatella holding on. Fastball outside to Delta Cleary Jr. And the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 down, 1 on, and we're tied at 1, bottom of the 5th.
Raining in York, so they are delayed. The Barnstormers and Revs, and no score down in Texas. Fish and Skeeters.
Coming set, Burris, 2-2 pitch. It's a tapper back to the mound, taken by Burris. And he will sidearm it over to first baseman Zach Wilson, and that will retire the side for the Long Island Ducks. No runs, a hit, a man left. We have finished 5 complete here in Central Islip, and the score remains Southern Maryland 1, Long Island 1.
Hey fans, this is left-handed pitcher Carmine Giardina, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
The results are in. PSEG Long Island is delivering 99.9% reliability. We got there by strengthening equipment and clearing trees along power lines across our area. And our new outage management system will continue to ensure improved communications and faster restoration. 99.9% reliable. It's one more way we're serving you better. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegliny.com/reliability.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Hey fans, this is Matt Soren, pitcher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
The results are in. PSEG Long Island is delivering 99.9% reliability. We got there by strengthening equipment and clearing trees along power lines across our area. And our new outage management system will continue to ensure improved communications and faster restoration. 99.9% reliable. It's one more way we're serving you better. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegliny.com/reliability.
Well, we head to inning number 6 in a 1-1 game, and Kevin Baez heads to his bullpen for the first time tonight. Bruce Kern, after 5 outstanding innings, is done, replaced by fellow right-hander Mark Rogers. The 29-year-old from Chandler, Arizona, stands 6'3", 240 pounds, and he comes into a 1-1 game that has reached the visitors' 6th.
And he will be facing Renny Osuna, Zach Wilson, and Jovan Rosa, numbers 2, 3, and 4 in the Southern Maryland Blue Crab lineup. Righty-righty matchup here at Osuna on the plate. He is 0 for 2, holds the bat high, and Mark Rogers, as so many relievers do, even with nobody on, pitching from the stretch. And his first pitch on the way. Good overhand fastball for a strike, 0-1. So Bruce Kern with 5 innings of 1 run, 3-hit baseball. You can't ask for much more from a spot starter.
Again, an unearned run, too, is what he allowed.
0-1 pitch on the way to Osuna from Rogers. Big cut, fouled above our heads, 0-2.
And he has gone now, David, 8 straight outings Bruce Kern has. 7 of those in relief, 1 as a starter here tonight without allowing an earned run against. He is locked in.
And pitched so efficiently tonight, helped out by the Blue Crabs, who more often than not were swinging away at the first pitch.
No doubt.
0-2 the count. Mark Rogers on the mound, Renny Osuna at the plate. And the pitch on the way is a check swing. It's a little high and tight. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mark Rogers making his 8th appearance overall. He has started 6 games, 27 innings pitched. He's given up 18 hits, 17 earned runs, has struck out 21. Control can sometimes be an issue. He has walked 17, ERA of over 5.5. Rogers coming set, 1-2 pitch on the way. Big overhand curve just missing down low. And the count now waving at 2-2 to Osuna.
Yeah, but when Kevin Baez is hoping to get 2 or 3 innings out of Bruce Kern and he gives him 5, that is a luxury. A terrific outing, the best of the season for the local boy, Bruce Kern.
Rogers again in deliberate fashion coming set. And the 2-2 on the way to Osuna. And again, he swings late and fouls it out of play to the right. So the count remains even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coming into the game, what did he give? Starters a bit of a breather with all the doubleheaders and all the action that the Ducks have had recently. Trying to squeeze as much as he could out of Bruce Kern. And boy, they squeezed him beautifully here tonight. Getting 5 beautiful innings. Now let's see if the Ducks can piece it together from here in a 1-1 game. Rogers' 2-2 pitch on the way is a fastball up high. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Renny Osuna.
Unofficially, Bruce Kern, 5 innings of 3 hit, 1 run ball. It was unearned, no walks, no strikeouts. And I believe I had him at 56 pitches. We'll give you the official numbers in just a minute.
Well, then a number of strikes on those 56 pitches.
Yep. High percentage.
he was right around the plate every pitch. 3-2 pitch on the way is line. Center field to his right. Lou Ford is running over and makes the catch. Good job by Lou. Boy, the center fielders in this game have put on a clinic. Anton De Jesus for the Blue Crabs, and Lou Ford has made several web gems here tonight, too.
See, Lou Ford has 1, 2, 3, 4 unofficial putouts, and his counterpart in center field, Anton De Jesus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 10 fly ball outs to center field combined in the game.
Zach Wilson at the plate now. Wilson reached on an error and came around to score in the first inning. Error charged to John Griffin on a fly ball just behind the first base bag that he could not come up with. And he also hit a hard smash to third base, short hop beautifully by Cody Pocket, who robbed him of at least a single, maybe more. That was in the 4th. He is 0 for 2. It is 1 ball and no strikes. To the 3rd man of the order for the Blue Crabs, Zach Wilson. Stands deep in the box, crouching at the plate. 1-0 pitch, just missing inside, 2-0.
Numbers official on Bruce Kern. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, none earned, no walks, no strikeouts. Did hit a batter, 56 pitches, 36 strikes out of the 56 pitches.
And again, more Blue Crabs than not swung away at the first pitch against Kern. 2-0 pitch on the way, and there's a ground ball to short. Taken on a couple of hops by Dan Lyons. Throw across to big John Griffin in time, 2 down.
And again, Michael Pollock confirming no earned runs allowed by Kern in his last 8 appearances, now covering 12 and 2/3 innings of work.
No matter who skipper Kevin Baez is trotting out to the mound, they are coming up big for the Ducks, and that's the way you put together a long winning streak, which the Ducks are right now riding. Jovan Rosa at the plate. He hit a bloop single to right field that brought home Zach Wilson, who reached on an error before him, back in the first inning. Only run up on the board for the Blue Crabs. Rosa has also bounced back to the box. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI. And he swings at the first pitch, fouls it off to the right side. That'll make the seats. Back to second section, no balls and a strike. Many of the seats here tonight have people in them. It is a fireworks night, pyrotechnic fireworks night. Following the game, lights have been turned on here. It is comfortable. There's a breeze. There may be storms on the way much later, but right now, gorgeous night for baseball. 0-1 pitch on the way. Big swooping curveball lands outside. 1-1 to Rosa.
Of course, the Ducks have fireworks every Saturday home game this year. Folks are used to that, but they were on the road this Saturday down in Camden, New Jersey. So, a little bonus Monday night fireworks and a great ball game preceding it right here. 1-1 in the 6th.
I have a fireworks-oriented statistic for you, Chris King, you may or may not be aware of. Rosa at the plate, the 1-1 pitch. Broken bat bloop. Left field coming in, but not in far enough. It's Delta Cleary Jr., and that drops in. Jovan Rosa, who had that bloop base hit to right to bring in a run back in the first inning. A broken bat single to left. He's 2 for 3. Hasn't hit the ball hard once.
Well, it doesn't matter, right, David? They put him in the cleanup spot in just his second game. Had 2 hits yesterday in his Crabs debut. 2 more here tonight.
Longtime Duck fan Tom Strajewski emailing me with the all-time Ducks record on fireworks nights. He says he's got nothing better to do. His words. And he actually broke it down by the Matt O'Brien era, the Michael Hirsch era, the Michael Pfaff era.
The previous GMs and the current GM and president.
How about that? The Ducks all-time on fireworks nights, according to Tom,
all right,
72 and 72.
Really? I thought it would be a lot better than that.
Me too. I thought the Ducks had a winning record on fireworks nights. They're right at 500. Gustavo Molina at the plate. It's 1 ball and no strikes. 1 on, 2 down. And a strike. Late strike call by home plate umpire Richard Katz. And it is 1 ball and 1 strike.
I certainly would have thought, because those are always some of the biggest crowds of the year, that the record would be well over 500. Not even close to, slightly over 500. So that's a surprise to me.
We'll check those numbers out, verify them. 1-1 pitch on the way. Molina fouls it out of play to the right. And the count remains. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So you're going to be the guy that's going to sit down with 16 years of schedules, label all the fireworks games, tell me whether they won or lost, and let me know if the 144 games chronicled there is actually split down the middle.
Because you see, Tom says he has nothing better to do. Personally, I'm looking for something better to do. So I will get on this right away. Too sweet. Molina is 0 for 2. 2 sparkling defensive plays, robbing him each time to the plate. Robbed by Cody Puckett his first time up, robbed by Dan Lyons in the 4th inning. So again, Molina 0 for 2. Has hit the ball hard twice, nothing to show for it. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 down, 1 on. Jovan Rosa with a broken bat single to left. Tied at 1, top of the 6th. On the mound, Mark Rogers in relief of Bruce Kern for the Long Island Ducks. 2-2 pitch. Curveball well out in front of Molina, just barely getting a piece to stay alive. And the count remains 2-2.
Well, David, you have your 2000 Ducks program with you, so that's a good start, a good place to start.
I do. I brought in all kinds of memorabilia from the first season of the Long Island Ducks. Did some spring cleaning in my garage. My wife made me throw out my entire past. Cassette tapes, 8-track tapes, carts. Stuff that you'd see at old radio station. Carts.
That's it. Only radio folks know what we're talking about with carts, right?
DAT tapes.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. So I came across a lot of Duck stuff. And that is fouled just above us. Molina just missing a good hack, but fouled it to the club section upstairs. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. Tied at 1, top of inning 6.
That was a real good battle here. Again, Rogers just into the game. Molina, the best hitter on Southern Maryland, in a big spot, trying to break this 1-1 tie in the visitors' 6th.
Molina came into the game at .312 with 8 homers and 26 RBIs. Slightly open stance from the right side. The right-hander Rogers pitching well outside, and the count now runs full. At 3-2, and with 2 down, Jovan Rosa will get a jump. He'll be taken off with the pitch at first base with first baseman John Griffin. Now dropping back to play behind the runner, Rosa. Rogers coming set. And the pitch is on the way to Molina. The runner takes off, and that is well inside, ball 4. And that is the first walk issued in the game by Ducks pitching.
You know what, David? That might not be a bad thing because Molina is such a great hitter. To put him aboard, Kevin Baez will take the first timeout of the night, if you will, for the Long Island Ducks here. And actually, it's going to be a pitching change, so it will not be a charged timeout as Rogers is done after facing just 4 batters, retiring 2, giving up a hit, a walk, and his evening is finished.
So a pitching change on the way. We'll tell you who it is as the top of the 6th continues with 2 on and 2 out, tied at 1 here at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegLINY.com/efficiency.
Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. Chris King and David Weiss back at Bethpage Ballpark. Top of the 6th inning in a 1-1 game, and Kevin Baez goes to his bullpen for the second time in this contest, bringing in the 27-year-old left-hander from Valrico, Florida. 6'3", 225-pound Carmine Giardina comes in with a couple of lefties due next. In fact, 2 lefties up next, 3 of the next 4, and 4 of the next 5 batters left-handed. He wants the lefty-lefty matchup, so goes to Giardina in what is so far, David, the biggest spot of this ball game.
Started out harmlessly enough. Mark Rogers getting Renny Osuna here in the 6th inning to fly out. Zach Wilson to ground out. But then a broken bat base hit to left by Jovan Rosa. A walk to Gustavo Molina. Runners at first and second with 2 men out. And it's Giardina to face Jake Opitz, second baseman for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. It is, as Chris mentioned, a lefty-lefty matchup. Coming set, Giardina, pitch on the way, fastball high and tight. 1 ball and no strikes to Giardina, making his 14th appearance, all in relief. 12 and a third innings pitched, has given up 15 hits, 6 earned runs, has struck out 6, walked 7, ERA of 4.38 coming into this game. 1-0 pitch on the way is low and away. Fastball 2-0 to Jake Opitz. Only 1 walk surrendered in this game, and that was Mark Rogers by either team.
Yeah, Ducks pitching only walked 1 yesterday as well. The pitching has been unbelievable for Kevin Baez of late.
Shows control and command. Opitz 0 for 2 here tonight. The 2-0 pitch is on the way. That's a fastball again, very high. 3 pitches well out of the strike zone. It's 3-0 to Opitz. Again, 2 on with 2 out in a 1-1 game, top of the 6th. Ducks looking for their 8th straight win. Southern Maryland not playing all that well of late, but still tops in the Freedom Division, making the Ducks earn it tonight. 3-0 pitch on the way. There's a bouncing ball right side. Foul. Little surprised Opitz swinging at 3-0, considering that Opitz coming into the game was hitting under 200, and, with 2 runners on, 2 out. You might want to load the bases for the guy behind you.
I was surprised as well, David. I'm looking at his recent numbers as well. He is now just 1 for 23 in his last 8 games, so maybe figured it's going to be the best pitch I'll see. Certainly has to throw him a strike at 3-0, and he went after it, but just was out in front.
Giardina's first 3 pitches were nowhere near the strike zone. That's why it was a bit of a shock. Pitch was swinging. 3-1, and he's swinging again and nubs it foul left side. So the count now full at 3-2 with 2 down. Both runners will get that jump when the pitch is thrown. Rosa off second base and Molina off first.
So Mark Rogers goes just 2/3 of an inning. 1 hit, no runs yet. He's responsible for both guys aboard. Had 1 walk and no strikeouts.
As they say, the book not yet closed on Mark Rogers. Giardina trying to close that book right here. Again, the full count with 2 down, 2 on. Pitch is on the way, and it's well outside. Skips away from catcher Mike Blank. And holding up at third base is Jovan Rosa. Molina down to second. It is ball 4. Opitz is on, so no damage done here. No wild pitch, no pass ball. It was a walk, second consecutive walk given up by Ducks pitching, and they're loaded up for Jamar Walton.
But David, with the runners going, that runner from second, Jovan Rosa, was flying to third. And when he saw that ball go to the backstop, he made a big turn at third. But credit the Ducks catcher, Mike Blank. He got to that ball sliding on the warning track in front of the backstop to make sure that Rosa wasn't going to try for home. He had Giardina covering the plate, the pitcher.
So Jamar Walton is at the plate. Again, a lefty-lefty matchup. Walton is 1 for 2. He doubled in the right center field power alley back in the 5th, but was thrown out at third, trying to stretch it as he slams one to left field, but playable. Delta Cleary Jr. coming in and makes the catch. So the Ducks and 2 pitchers wriggle out of jams. It was Giardina getting Jamar Walton to fly out to left field with the bases loaded and 2 down. So the Blue Crabs threaten but do not score. No runs, a hit, 2 walks, and the bases left loaded. We have finished 5.5. Go to the bottom of the 6th at Bethpage Ballpark. Still tied. Blue Crabs 1, the Ducks 1.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Eric Komatsu, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, Duck fans, don't forget you can follow along all season long as the Long Island Ducks try and meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Ducks come in with 21 home runs on the year.
And 5 of those 21 belong to the man at the plate, the reigning player of the year in the Atlantic League, the MVP, Lou Ford, coming into the game at 308, 5 homers, 36 RBIs. Lou has flied out twice, once to center, once to right. Facing Burris, Brian Burris, the lefty, still in there for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, who has given up just 1 run and 5 hits to the Long Island Ducks. Count is 2-0 on Lou. Pitch on the way, at the plate but downstairs. 3-0 to Lou Ford. It'll be Lou, Cody Puckett, then John Griffin. Numbers 3, 4, and 5, the heart of the order for the Ducks against Brian Burris here, bottom of the 6th. Pitch to Ford, strike outside corner. He was taken all the way. It's 3-1. Ford trying to time Burris here. He's hit it hard twice, but it's been caught twice. And there's a ground ball toward the hole, but taken by shortstop Casey Frawley. The throw across, not in time. Kind of a dying line drive throw from Frawley. We'll see how they score it. but it should go down as a hit. It does. Infield hit for Lou Ford. He is 1 for 3.
Now, Lou actually missed 2 games, David. Friday in Camden. The first 2 games he's missed in 2 years, but with good reason. Former Duck Craig Binnick got married.
Right.
Now, Lou was there, Ray Navarrete was there, Jamie Quinn was there, a lot of Duck support, but he missed both games of the doubleheader. His first 2 games missed in 2 years. Congratulations to Craig Binnick, the former Duck. They call him the Moon Man, and his brand new wife on their wedding Friday here on the island.
I saw a lot of pictures on Facebook.
Yep, me too.
Everybody looked happy, even the grooms.
And you know what? It's a famous story, but the nickname stuck. Craig Binnick once lost a fly ball here at Bethpage Ballpark because he was following the moon instead of the ball, and hence the name Moon Man, and it stuck.
As compared to Governor Moonbeam, who is Jerry Brown. That was his nickname back in the 70s, and he's still governor.
But he literally lost the fly ball because he started following the moon instead of the ball. You know,
Well,
big white sphere.
It looks like it.
Yeah, Moon Man.
you
That's
go.
Craig Binnick.
Great nickname. Cody Puckett at the plate. He is 1-1. 0 for 2 tonight. Lou Ford takes his lead off first. And the pitch is hit to right field and will drop in front of right fielder Fred Lewis. Lou Ford will stop at second base. So an infield single by Lou Ford. Soft line drive single to right by Cody Puckett. The Ducks are in business. 2 on, nobody out.
Well, very interesting situation here. We know Kevin Baez hates to bunt, does not like giving up outs, and especially with a big thumper at the plate in John Griffin, I don't think he's going to ask him to lay one down here. And team leader in homers, David, with 8, and he's tied for second in the league in long ball.
Yeah, not likely that he will be looking to drop one here. Infield is playing back. They're looking for 2. They are not in at the quarters. Griffin has flied out twice to deep center and to deep left. And a strike on the outside corner. A good fastball from Brian Burris, who still appears to have plenty left in the tank. It's 0-1. But the Ducks with a good threat here to break the tie. Bottom of the 6th. Lou Ford leading off second. Cody Puckett off first. Now stepping off the back of the mound is Brian Burris. John Griffin at the plate, as Chris mentioned, leading the Ducks in home runs with 8. Second only to Lou Ford in RBI with 33. Pitch to Griffin is inside with a fastball, count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Burris up over 80 pitches. His longest outing of the year was down in Crustacean Nation against the Ducks, a 6-inning stint back in late April. The only time he's gone a full 6.
Griffin stands tall at the plate, and the pitch, he checks his swing, it is inside. But now they check with the first base umpire, looking for help. Richard Katz looking at J.B. Torres down the first base line. He signals safe, which means Griffin did not swing, and the count now 2-1 to John. John Griffin, 6'6", listed as 220. Plenty of power. Towering figure at the plate. As a fastball misses outside, 3 balls and a strike. Griffin doesn't have the same stance, but he does have a bit of a Dave Kingman look at the plate.
He is. He's that big, David. I agree with you, and he hits balls that far as well.
He does. Kingman hits some moonshots in his career. Holding the bat aloft. 3-1 pitch on the way. A ground ball. Looks like it could be 2. Opitz over to Frawley for 1. Back to first baseman Zach Wilson. A 4-6-3 double play. Crossing over to third is Lou Ford, but now 2 down here in the 6th.
Well, exactly what Brian Burris needed in the biggest spot of the game. And on a 3-1 pitch, John Griffin knew he was going to get something to hit, or the bases would be loaded with nobody out. But they'll exchange the 2 outs to allow a runner at third. And let's see if Prentice Redmond can pick up John Griffin.
Was at 90 feet away. Puts some additional pressure on the catcher, Gustavo Molina, in terms of blocking pitches behind the plate. The tie-breaking run just 90 feet away at third base. First pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Redmond, who has bounced to shortstop, and he has flied to right, 0 for 2. Lou Ford led off with an infield single here in the 6th. Cody Puckett with a base hit to right. First and second, nobody out, but a double play by John Griffin. And Lou Ford now with 2 down, leading off third. Next pitch to Redmond is well inside. 2 balls and no strikes with 2 down, 1 on in a 1-1 game, bottom of the 6th. Ducks have 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error. Southern Maryland with 1 run, 4 hits. Been a dandy of a pitcher's duel here tonight. Pitch by Burris, and there's a fastball and a good one. 2 balls and a strike to Redmond.
Prentice Redmond, award with home plate umpire Richard Katz. I think He disagreed with that call, but still ahead in the count is the right fielder.
Redmond batting from the right side against the lefty, Brian Burris, who comes set. 2-1 pitch on the way, swing and a foul right at the plate. Bounced up, hit Redmond, then bounced onto the infield. That's a foul. It's 2-2 with 2 down. Regi Corona waiting on deck. Duck fans, and plenty of them, looking for some fireworks here in the 6th inning, ahead of the fireworks that will take place at the end of the ballgame. 2-2 pitch on the way, well inside. And did Redmond go around? He did not. Skipped out of the way. And Gustavo Molina with a good stop on that short hop behind the plate, keeping the ball in his mitt, and the count now full at 3-2.
I thought it might have hit his foot, but he was able to get out of the way.
Well, here's the payoff pitch on the way from Burris to Redmond, and a ground ball, base hit down the left field line. That brings in Lou Ford with a tie-breaking run. Redmond streaking around first. He will retreat. RBI single for Prentice Redmond, his 12th RBI of the season. The Ducks have a 2-1 lead here in the 6th.
Now, biggest clutch hit of the night for Long Island. And here comes the manager of the Blue Crabs, Stan Clyburn, who I think is going to take the ball from Brian Burris. But, David, it's like closing the barn doors after the horses have run free. But the evening, I believe, is going to be done for the left-hander here. He's going to talk to him first. But what a huge hit for Prentice Redmond. That gives Long Island their first lead of the game here in the bottom of the 6th. And for Redmond, it's now a 17-game home-on-base streak for Long Island, and that will be it for the left-hander who departs here in the last of the 6th.
So we'll take a break, return with the reliever for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs here in the bottom of the 6th. The Ducks have broken through and have taken a 2-1 lead.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment, too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Ducks lead it now 2-1 in the last of the 6th, and the first reliever of the night in for Southern Maryland is the 29-year-old right-hander from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, 6'5", 205-pound Cody Epley, who just came over from the Lancaster Barnstormers in a trade. He pitched 14 times for the Barnstormers, has pitched just once as a member of Southern Maryland, and you may remember him as the former New York Yankee. Pitched for the Bronx Bombers in 2012 and 2013, and in fact, David, back in 2012, he made 59 appearances in relief as a member of the New York Yankees.
And that is something I'm sure means a lot to teammates who will gather around and say, what was it like to be a Yankee? When you come to the Atlantic League with experience up at the show, there are stories to tell. But right now, the story is at the plate. Regi Corona, who is 1 for 2 with a run scored, a single to left back in the 2nd inning, scored the first Long Island Ducks run. And the first pitch from Epley is in for a strike, 0-1. Prentice Redmond moments ago with a smash down the left field line, bringing in Lou Ford, a 2-out clutch base hit, RBI single, breaking a 1-1 tie. Ducks lead 2-1 over the Blue Crabs, looking for more. Redmond takes a good lead. Sidearm from Epley, hits the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. Corona has also lined out to left field. There have been lots of line drives and fly balls hit to the outfielders here tonight. But it was Redmond smashing one on the ground that produced the second run for the Ducks. Next pitch sails outside, off-speed pitch from Epley. It's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. 1 man on, that's Prentice Redmond at first base. Redmond does have 1 steal this season, has been caught stealing once. Not a real big threat to steal. And the next pitch, fastball. You hear the pop of the mitt from up here. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes outside.
An imposing figure on the hill is Cody Epley as they go from their lefty Brian Burris now to a big right-hander in Epley, who has gotten it to even here on Regi Corona, with the Ducks trying to add to what is, again, their first lead of the night here in the home 6th.
Big Cody Epley coming set, 2-2 pitch, big curveball, backhanded at first base by Zach Wilson. He will take it himself, and that will do it for the Long Island Ducks. However, in the inning, 1 run, 3 hits, the big clutch 2-out RBI single from Prentice Redmond, bringing in Lou Ford, and there was 1 man left. At the end of 6 complete here at Bethpage Ballpark, the score now, the Ducks 2, the Blue Crabs 1.
Hey fans, this is Blake Davis, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball, Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Frank DiGiulio, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Now, Ducks take a 2-1 lead to inning number 7, and the 4th pitcher of the night for Long Island is in. He is the 28-year-old left-hander from Owensboro, Kentucky, 6-foot-tall, 175-pound Patrick Kreider, who replaces Carmine Giardina, who faced just 2 batters. He went a third of an inning, no hits, no runs, a walk, and no strikeouts, and he would be the winner for Long Island if the Ducks are able to hold the lead the rest of the way.
As for Patrick Kreider, making his 20th appearance of the season, all in relief, 18 innings pitched, 14 hits, 6 earned runs, has struck out 18 in those 18 innings and walked only 4. Good control. That's the name of the game for Patrick Kreider, the lefty. His first pitch on the way to Casey Frawley. Had the plate, but apparently a little low. 1 ball and no strikes. Frawley flied out to right his first time up and then was hit on the helmet by the starter for the Long Island Ducks, Bruce Kern. Frawley stayed in the game, and he's still in there now at the plate. Takes an inside strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Off-speed pitch hit Frawley, glancing blow, top of the helmet, shaken up at the plate for about a minute or two, but then went down to first base and stayed in the game. 1-1 pitch on the way and hits one a mile high. That's center field. Lou Ford coming in, now backing up, waiting for it to come down, and makes the grab, 1 down.
Now the starter tonight for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Brian Burris, went 5 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks, and 1 strikeout. He threw 92 pitches, 56 of which were strikes, and he would be the loser if, again, Southern Maryland does not rally.
And a hard luck loser. He was around the plate more often than not, and a good performance in what has been a really good pitching duel here tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. Anton De Jesus batting from the left side against the lefty. Patrick Kreider, who gets a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. De Jesus has flied out and singled up the middle, 1 for 2. The top of inning number 7, 2-1 Ducks lead. Pitch to De Jesus, trying to drop a bunt down. Wasn't trying to drag it. It looked like he was trying to bunt for a base hit by pushing it toward the left side. Cody Puckett is playing in on the grass anyway. Moot point since De Jesus missed on the bunt attempt. It's 1-1. De Jesus does have speed. Trying to use it there to butt his way on. 1-1 pitch, swinging away, and a bouncing ball to the right. And the count now 1-2 to Anton.
And again, the Ducks closer, Ryan Kushmal, who had the blown save yesterday, giving up 3 runs in the 9th inning, is not available tonight, according to Kevin Baez. Going to keep him down for a night. So Amalio Diaz will close. We see Kreider here in the 7th, and most likely Nick Struck in the 8th.
This is what you call cobbling it together.
Yep.
Stitching a quilt. And a call, strike 3 to De Jesus. And something of disbelief at the plate, shaking his head as he walks away. Home plate umpire Richard Katz emphatically saying strike 3 and pulling the string on De Jesus. That is the first strikeout of the game for Ducks pitching.
Unbelievable. And that was a great breaking ball, David. In a lefty-lefty matchup, it looked like he was going to hit De Jesus and had late break that put it over the inside edge for this called 3rd strike.
So 2 up and 2 down. And back to the top of the order, and Fred Lewis batting from the left side, against Patrick Kreider, who misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Lewis is 0 for 3. Line to center, leading off the game. A good catch by Lou Ford, going straight back and catching it. Also flied to left, and it's hit into a force play, and he's looking to bunt. And yanks his bat away, and the ball is outside, 2-0.
We saw Cody Puckett pretty deep at 3rd, even with the bag, and had an idea to drop one down and try to get aboard. Good eye, though.
Coming set, Kreider. And the 2-0 on the way to Lewis. A bouncing ball, just eluding the backhand stab by Kreider on the mound, and makes its way into center field right over the second base bag. So a 2-out single by Fred Lewis. He's aboard with Rennie Osuna coming up.
So again, they're looking for a 2-out rally on the Crabs. They get the tying run on here. And now hope Osuna can keep the inning alive.
Osuna batting from the right side against the lefty, Kreider. Rennie Osuna is 0 for 3. He's bounced out twice and flied to center. Fred Lewis, 2 steals and 3 attempts, but does have speed, although the numbers may not indicate just how much. Takes a short lead so far, and he warrants a toss over by Patrick Kreider. Just a calling card to keep him close. Being held on by John Griffin. Osuna at the plate as Kreider comes set. Stares right at the runner, Lewis. With 2 down and a 2-1 game, Ducks lead. Pitch on the way. Down low. 1-0 to Osuna.
Well, we talked about it at the top, David, but the Ducks lead the league in stolen bases, 51. Southern Maryland last, just 21. So Long Island more than doubling the amount of stolen bases the Blue Crabs have this year.
Coming set, Kreider. Again looks at the runner, Fred Lewis. And the pitch on the way to Osuna, and he hits it well up into the air to the right side. Prentice Redmond is coming on, but being called off by the second baseman, reaching Corona, who makes a great catch. Almost overran it. The ball is being pushed back to our left, to his right by the breeze, but Corona stayed with it and made a circus catch in short right field. So we have finished now 6.5. It's the 7th inning stretch here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks lead at 2-1. The James E. Allen Jr. Senior High School on the field right now, actually on the concourse to sing God Bless America. beautiful rendition of God Bless America for the 7th inning stretch here at Bethpage Ballpark by the James E. Allen Jr. Senior High School. The students doing a wonderful job. We go to the bottom of the 7th here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks leading the Blue Crabs 2-1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Mark Rogers, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up. It's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Hey, Duck fans, you can chill out with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company gourmet iced coffee available at the concession stands at Bethpage Ballpark. Hampton Coffee, preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes out in the beautiful Hamptons. Cody Epley in for another inning of work. He came in to get the final out in the bottom of inning number 6 against the Long Island Ducks. A bounce out by Regi Corona, as the Ducks had broken a 1-1 tie in the bottom of the 6th. Lead at 2-1 here. Bottom of inning number 7. It'll be Mike Blank, Dan Lyons, the number 9 man, then back to the top of the order, and Brian Sabatella against Cody Epley, who misses on his first pitch. 1 ball, no strike. Mike Blank, 1 for 2 here tonight. Ducks catcher, infield single back in the 2nd, has also flied to center. Ducks would love to add to this 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th. As Epley misses again, 2 balls and no strikes. Ducks have pieced it together in terms of their pitching here tonight, but an outstanding effort by Bruce Kern with 5 terrific innings of 1 run, 4 hit ball. And they have taken it from there with 3 successive pitchers and have held the Blue Crabs at bay. Meanwhile, offensively, Ducks broke the tie with an RBI single down the left field line by Prentice Redmond in the bottom of the 6th. Have their 2-1 lead. And 2-1 is the count to Mike Blank. It's a short ground ball to shortstop. Casey Frawley guns it across to first baseman Zach Wilson in time. 1 down.
Again, the Ducks trying for win number 8 in a row here tonight, which would tie the league high set by these very same Blue Crabs back in early May.
And it'll bring us to Dan Lyons at the bottom of the order. Dan with a clutch 2-out single right up the middle in the 2nd inning. That brought the Ducks even at that point to 1-1 with the Blue Crabs. He's also flied to right. He is 1 for 2. Righty-righty matchup here. Epley with the sidearm delivery. Fastball missing outside. 1-0 to Dan Lyons. Brian Sabatella, top of the order, waiting on deck. Breeze has died down, but still pointed toward left field. 1-0 pitch, and there's a blooper right field, and a diving attempt by center fielder Anton De Jesus. It gets beyond him. Dan Lyons makes a big turn at first base, but then retreats. Ball is thrown in quickly by right fielder Fred Lewis. So Anton De Jesus with his speed coming within a whisker of making a terrific catch in right center field, but Lyons gets on with a single to right. He is on with 1 down.
The only thing he hasn't caught all night, David, we talked about what a busy night he's had out there in center field. So a full all-out dive, extending his body horizontal to the ground, and wasn't able to come up with it. And now a big chance for the Ducks to get some insurance here with 1 on and 1 out in a 1-run game last of the 7th.
Native Long Islander Brian Sabatella having just a wonderful first season with the Long Island Ducks. He is 1 for 3 here tonight. Bounced back to the box, flied to center, and a single to right center. as he takes a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. So the Ducks leading by 1. Just 2 hits, 2 runs up on the board, but Dan Lyons single their 9th hit here tonight. 0-1 pitch on the way. Sabatella waves at a good slider. With that sidearm delivery, that thing was darting away from Bryant. He couldn't reach it, but had already committed. It's 0-2.
We talked about Sabatella, David, now a 7-game hitting streak. 5 of those are multi-hit games. If he gets another knock here, make it 6 multi-hit games in a 7-game hitting streak.
Righty-righty matchup. The 0-2 was a sweeper that swept wide. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 down and 1 on. Dan Lyons with good speed at first base. He has 6 steals and 7 attempts this season, being held on by Zach Wilson. That's a pretty good lead, almost near the edge of that cutout. 1-2 pitch. Call strike 3. Sabatella knew it. Ryan just had a tough time there with Cody Epley and that slinging sidearm stuff. Not easy to pick up the release point, and Sabatella down on strikes looking.
Yeah, Epley using all that big league experience. Again, so many games with the Yankees for 2 straight seasons in 2012, 2013. And as you said, Sabatella knew it right away, and now Delta Cleary Jr. will try to pick him up here with 2 away.
Dan Lyons still leading off first base. Delta Cleary Jr. is 1 for 3. Single back in the first inning to right. Stole his 8th base of the season. Shortly thereafter, is also struck out and bounced out. Batting from the left side against the righty, Cody Epley, who misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, they never started in York with rain there, David. The rain has stopped the game in Bridgewater, New Jersey. River Sharks were leading the Patriots 2-0, but I don't think they got to the midpoint of that one.
1-0 the count to Delta Cleary Jr. There's a bounding ball to second base, taken by Jake Opitz. He will go to first baseman Zach Wilson. 4-3 put out and the side retired. For the Ducks, no runs, a hit, a man left. We have finished 7 complete here at Bethpage Ballpark with the Ducks leading Southern Maryland 2-1.
Hey fans, this is first baseman John Griffin, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Frank DiGiulio, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
We go to the top of the 8th here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Ducks leading the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 2-1. We have yet another new pitcher for the Long Island Ducks as I hand it off to the closer here tonight, my buddy Chris King.
Nick Struck, the right-hander, in for the Ducks. 5th pitcher of the night for Kevin Baez. And he starts with a 3-hitter, Zach Wilson, for Southern Maryland, who takes downstairs ball 1. Again, 2-1 Long Island as we start the 8th inning. The Ducks with 2 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. The Crabs with a run on 5 hits and no errors. So Nick Struck, the right-hander from the middle of the rubbers, 1-0, is taken the other way to right field. Redmond going over, he won't get there. Cuts it off, but he lost his footing, and then it skips by him to the wall. Wilson to second, has a mind to go for third. He is heading there, and Wilson into third, standing up on what will probably be a single, and then a two-base error on Prentice Redmond, the right fielder, David, who had his wheels just fall right out from under him.
Yep. Just slipped down as he was trying to get that ball that was slicing away from him on a couple of hops. And then in order to get it, he had to go all the way back to the wall. Wilson with good speed never stopped. Streaking across second base, making it to third, standing up. So a single, a two-base error. Wilson at third with nobody out. The tying run just 90 feet away for the Crabs.
So the Ducks bring the infield in all the way around, and here's Jovan Rosa, 2 for 3 tonight with a pair of singles. He's driven in the only Crabs run. And again, he's got to be licking his chops with a drawn-in infield. And the slider from Nick Struck misses down and away. It's ball 1. So big moment here as immediately on the two-base error by Redmond in right, Zach Wilson 90 feet away from tying this game at third with nobody out for the Crabs. The 1-0 is in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
Let's see if the Ducks defensively and in terms of their man on the mound, Nick Struck, can pick up for Prentice Redmond. Had he not slipped, that would have been just a single to right.
So Rosa, the cleanup man in just his second game with Southern Maryland, in a big spot. The 1-1 breaking ball hit on the ground to third, fielded beautifully by Puckett, looks the runner back and fires to first for out number 1. Exactly the way you draw it up by Cody Puckett.
And Puckett was playing in along with the rest of the infield. That cuts down your reaction time, playing more like a goalie.
Yep.
And he came up with it, threw it over, took a look at third base to the runner Zach Wilson before tossing it across the diamond. Ducks keep the infield in, now 1 down.
Well, it gets tougher with Gustavo Molina, the 5-hitter. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Pair of groundouts already in this game. So Nick Struck gets a big first out. Still a man at third, still an infield in. And a swing and a miss here by Molina. It's 0-1. Patrick Kreider went 1 inning tonight. 1 hit, no runs, no walks. And the only strikeout tonight recorded by Ducks pitching. He got the 9-man DeJesus looking. 0-1 to Molina, and he takes it high, foul up on the first base side. Good start for Struck. It's 0-2.
Well, you mentioned just 1 strikeout for Ducks pitching tonight, but if ever they needed one, they need one now.
Yep.
Nick looking for a struck out.
Very good, David.
I assume somebody used that before.
0-2 is just low. A ball and 2 strikes now to the catcher and 5-hitter from the right side, Gustavo Molina, against the right-hander Nick Struck. Again, the Ducks protecting a 1-run lead here in inning number 8, trying for their 8th consecutive win of the season. 1-2 pitch. Popped foul over the netting behind home plate and then into the upper deck. I thought it was going to hit the facade, but I think it's stuck up in the club seats and the count holds.
This half inning started so quickly I didn't have a chance to say, well, we've heard of a struck out, but in this case, it's struck in. Nick Struck has come in for the Long Island Ducks, but he is definitely looking for the struck out here.
And stays in front, 1-2 to Molina. And now gets another foul ball over the netting behind home. So real good battle here. And got a big hockey game going on in Chicago tonight. Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final. Series even at a game apiece. Tampa Bay with a 1-0 lead late in the first period.
That could be a long series.
No doubt about it. Be a 1-2 pitch again here from Struck to Molina. And that bounce back to Struck. Looks the runner back to third. Flips to first for the second out. So can he pull it off, David? A man at third with nobody out is how the inning started. And now if he can get Jake Opitz, he can keep the Ducks in front here by a run.
Infield in for 2 consecutive batters. Cody Puckett with a great reaction play and throwing Jovan Rosa out. And Molina just a tapper back to the mound. Many times you see this where a pitcher will let up a little bit and something will go wrong from here. But the Ducks 1 out away from getting out of this.
It's the lefty in Opitz who's 0 for 2 with a walk, and he takes wide for ball 1. So Nick Struck an out away from wiggling out of a huge jam and keeping Long Island in front here in the top of the 8th. The 1-0 is downstairs. Good block by Mike Blank, the catcher, squeezing the legs together, and Another hockey term for you there. That ball was about to go 5-hole, and that could have been the tying run. But Mike Blank said no. So Opitz out and back in. Struck staring right at the runner at third, and time called here by Opitz at the dish.
Whatever happens from this point forward, what a gritty performance by the Ducks tonight.
Oh, no doubt about it, David. They are trying to get this thing to 8 straight wins and keep themselves perfect in the month of June. They are 7-0 since they flipped the calendar from a May 31st loss to the start of June. And here a miss, though, by Struck, who's fallen behind the lefty swinging Opitz. 3-0 with another lefty on deck in Jamar Walton. And a swing and a miss. Wow, Opitz again turns himself loose, 3-0.
Boy, that's the second time he has done that in this game.
Yep.
Again, he came into the game hitting below 200.
And again, in a monster slump is Jake Opitz. And last time he swung at a 3-0, he also swung at a 3-1. Let's see what he does here. Takes that one. Oh, it was close, but called ball 4 inside. And the first walk of the night for Nick Struck, a 2-out free pass for Jake Opitz.
So it'll be another righty-lefty matchup with left-handed swinging Jamar Walton coming up. Runners on the corners now, but still 2 down. The Ducks are looking at the probability of having the game tied, but still can wriggle out of it.
So here is Walton. And boy, down and in misses Struck. Another good block by Mike Blank. It's ball 1. Walton has one of the hardest hits of the game tonight. It doubled the right center back in the 5th. He tried to stretch it into a triple and was gunned out. Lou Ford, the center fielder, to Regi Corona, the cutoff man, to Cody Puckett at third on a perfect relay. 1-0 is outside, ball 2.
Well, just suddenly, Nick Struck has lost the plate. We had that leadoff single by Zach Wilson, the 2-base error allowing him to get to third. 2 bounce outs, a walk. Now trying to regain control.
He finds it. It's in the center field. Lou Ford coming in, then backs up and makes the catch. So what a job by Nick Struck. He had a runner at third with nobody out, and he prevented him from scoring. No runs, a hit, a walk, an error, and 2 men left. The Ducks remain on top 2-1 as we head to the home 8th.
Hey fans, this is Regi Corona, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI New Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc Pavers pave your way.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Hey, Duck fans, you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, status of upcoming games, and more? Follow along with the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will also be able to follow their Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and lots more. The Ducks are tweeting right now. You can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks.
Oh, what an amazing job by Nick Struck to wiggle out of that situation. A man at third, nobody out in a 1-run game, but he gets through it to keep Long Island on top 2-1 as we go to the last of the 8th. And right-hander Cody Epley, the former Yankee, into his 3rd inning of relief work. He'll have the heart of the order to try to get through for Long Island. Lou Ford, Cody Puckett, and John Griffin.
Well, Chris, considering what happened to the Blue Crabs in the top of this inning, I think you might say they felt as if they were struck by lightning.
Very nice tie-in to the hockey game and this game. I like that, the lightning reference as well.
Why I get the big bucks.
Here is Lou Ford, 1 for 3 tonight with an infield single and the go-ahead run scored. And he pops up the first pitch in a center field for the very busy Anton DeJesus, who makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Epley.
Oh, Lou wants that pitch back. Just got under it. Golfed it up in the air, but I'm sure he was looking at it as it was coming in. He had guessed right, but just got under it. Hard to hit one out tonight, except the fact that ball has carried out to left field. It is now whipping again to left, but we have not had one ball leave the park.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked, David. I'm with you. I thought for sure it would be like Homer Derby here tonight, but instead it's been a terrific pitcher's duel. Here's Cody Puckett, and Epley starts him out with strike 1. 0-1 now to Cody, who's 1 for 3 tonight with a single to right his last time up. He's twice flied out to Anton DeJesus in center. 0-1 is poked foul over the netting behind home plate. 0-2. We told you Tampa had that 1-0 lead in Game 3 of the finals in Chicago. Ryan Callahan, the former Ranger, has the only goal for the Lightning. And yes, Ben Bishop at least has started this game in goal. Of course, he started Game 2 and had to leave on 2 different occasions and was not able to finish. Epley here is going to step off, so Puckett will step out. Who do you like, David, the youth of the Lightning or the experience of the Blackhawks?
You know, I still have this feeling the Blackhawks.
Me too.
Their year, you know, that it's their experience.
Yeah.
Lightning may have a problem with Bishop in goal, you know, we're not sure.
I agree with that. I think the Lightning are close, but again, sometimes you have to lose before you can win, and I just think Chicago's been there too many times, and that veteran experience will carry them.
Agreed.
Here, Puckett pokes it the other way to shallow right, the second baseman. Jake Opitz makes the grab for the second out.
Meanwhile, for those who are watching the NBA Finals, again, with no vested interest for Knicks fans, Nets fans, but if you're, you know, one of those who is interested to see just how far LeBron could carry a team on his back, should he pull this off, I think it'll be more amazing than anything Michael Jordan ever did. I mean, LeBron is virtually playing with nobody.
It's incredible what he did last night. Single-handedly in overtime, second straight OT game, winning it for the Cavs to even that series at 1 apiece, heading back to Cleveland. Well, here's John Griffin. He's 0 for 3 tonight. 2 out, nobody aboard here in the bottom of the 8th. Ducks trying to add to a 2-1 lead against the former Yankee, Cody Epley, who misses away. And David, I was just looking at Epley's numbers with the Yankees in 2012. 59 relief appearances, 1-2 record, 3.33 ERA. Terrific earned run average. Again, just a couple of years removed from the big leagues. And here, bouncing ball off the glove of Epley to the shortstop, Frawley from the outfield. He throws out Griffin, and the Ducks go in order. We go to the 9th. Can Long Island make it a great 8? They're trying to win their 8th in a row. They take a 2-1 lead to inning number 9 when we return.
Hey fans, this is relief pitcher Bruce Kern, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived.
Hey fans, this is Matt Soren, pitcher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak paving stones and walls. Nicolak's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak pavers pave your way.
The results are in. PSEG Long Island is delivering 99.9% reliability. We got there by strengthening equipment and clearing trees along power lines across our area. And our new outage management system will continue to ensure improved communications and faster restoration. 99.9% reliable. It's one more way we're serving you better. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegliny.com/reliability.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, we have another pitching change for the Long Island Ducks. Coming in to close it tonight, the sixth pitcher of the evening, an even half dozen, Amalio Diaz, the 6'2" right-hander from Chandler, Arizona, with excellent numbers that we'll get to in a moment. But Diaz, in relief of Struck, who was in relief of, well, we can go back and back and back. But 6 pitchers for the Ducks who have literally stitched it together on the precipice of their 8th straight win, leading 2-1, top of the ninth.
Well, here is Casey Frawley, the 8-man to lead it off for Southern Maryland in the visitors' 8th, 0 for 2, and he's been hit in the helmet by a pitch. So Amalio Diaz to close tonight after Ryan Kushmal again allowed 3 runs in the 9th inning yesterday for his second blown save in the last 2 weeks. Kevin Baez given him the game off. Of course, Kushmal tied for the league lead in saves with 10. Amalio Diaz looking for his second save of the year. Ball 1 to Casey Frawley. And now strike 1 to even things up. So Nick Struck worked 1 inning, the 8th. No runs, a hit, a walk, and no strikeouts before departing. Once again, Kevin Baez going through 6 pitchers in his bullpen. He used 10 total pitchers in a game twice this year. The 1-1 is outside here. And I think the one that was most shocking, David, it was a 9-inning game in York in which he used 10 pitchers, and I was trying to rack my brain, could I ever think of a Ducks game that had more pitchers than innings? And it's just unbelievable.
It is.
10 pitchers to get through 9 innings. 2-1 here to Frawley from Diaz. Is pop foul out of play, right field, 2-2.
That brings to mind Captain Hook, the affectionate nickname given to Sparky Anderson when he was managing the Cincinnati Reds, and he was the first one who started bringing in situational relievers. You know, back during the 60s, 70s, we were growing up, Chris.
Yep,
it was,
that's right.
You know, it was mostly starters going all the way, and then, you brought in a reliever if it was garbage time.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, 2-2 here from Diaz to Frawley. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He brought the belt high heat, and there's 1 away.
And that is just the second strikeout for Ducks pitching. But you talk about a rising fastball with smoke. So Diaz blowing away Casey Frawley, 1 down.
Again, Diaz on the year, 0-1 with a 1.71 ERA. 1 save to his credit. He has not given up a home run all season. Here is Anton DeJesus, the center fielder in 9-man, a left-handed batter against the righty Diaz. He's 1 for 3 with a single to center back in the 5th. Again, 2-1 Ducks in the 9th, trying to close this thing out. First pitch is outside for ball 1.
But Diaz with those eye-popping numbers, you imagine 28 strikeouts, just 4 walks in 21 innings.
That is a 7-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio.
Not bad.
Yeah, 2-to-1's considered good. What's 7-to-1? That's ridiculous. Be a 1-0 here coming to DeJesus. And that bounced to the right side. Short hop beautifully by the first baseman, Griffin, from his knees. Flips to Diaz, the pitcher covering, and he got him. What a play by John Griffin at first base. Another defensive gem.
Webb gems right and left nearly every inning. One team or another has pulled off a spectacular play in the field. I have asterisks all over the place. I'm going to fall on my asterisk in a moment after all of these Webb gems here tonight. This is something. It blows you away just how many great plays we have seen tonight.
Well, defense and pitching, timely hitting. It's got everything, and it needs one more out for Long Island. Fred Lewis back at the top of the order, a left-handed hitter against Amalio Diaz. Nobody on, 2 out for the Crabs here in the 9th. Waggles the bat high above his shoulder and takes an inside pitch for ball 1. Lewis 1 for 4 tonight with a single up the middle his last time through. So Amalio Diaz trying to keep June perfect for Long Island. They are 7-0 since the calendar flip. At the belt, comes home with a 1-0. And that ripped into right center field for a base hit. Prentice Redmond, the right fielder, picks it up. Big turn at first, but Lewis will head back. The tying run is aboard for Southern Maryland.
Well, Lewis had a notion of streaking towards second base, get himself into scoring position with 2 down, but that would have been foolhardy with Prentice Redmond. A good arm. He got to the ball quickly, so it'll be up to Rennie Osuna to try to extend this game for the Blue Crabs.
Blue Crabs have left 8 men on base in the last 4 innings of this game. That's how clutch the Ducks pitching has been to get through those spots. Here is Osuna. Again, the last hope for the Crabs with 2 outs and a man at first. He's 0 for 4 in the game. Diaz again right in the middle of the rubber, holds the set, brings it to his belt. And the first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Nice slider, 0-1. Held on at first is Fred Lewis. He has 2 steals on the year in 3 tries. Right to the cutout. He takes that big 2-step lead. Osuna ready for the 0-1. Diaz pitch. Foul back to the netting, and now the Crabs down to their final strike.
Yeah, Osuna didn't miss that by much. Fouled it straight back, had a good rip at a fastball. The fans getting into it now. They know that fireworks could follow just moments from now.
0-2 the count. They start the rhythmic clapping, getting behind their right-hander, Amalio Diaz. Here's the pitch. Base hit into center field. So the Crabs with back-to-back singles. Big turn at second. Lewis going to go for third. And when Lou Ford was a little slow to get to it, he got there. So back-to-back singles, but now Lewis at third base and 90 feet from tying this ball game here in the 9th.
And with a runner on third, it puts additional pressure on catcher Mike Blank. Anything thrown down low, he's got to block and keep in front of him. Zach Wilson coming up. This thing getting a little too interesting for the Ducks and their fans.
Again, they had 2 outs, nobody on, but back-to-back singles by the 2 guys at the top of the order. Lewis went to third on the Osuna single. He's at first. Here is Zach Wilson, 1 for 4 with a run scored in this game. He singled to right his last time up. So Amalio Diaz was a strike away, but couldn't get Osuna. First pitch. Low and away for ball 1. Ducks it out, hit the Crabs 9-8. Long Island's made the only 2 errors of the game.
Which is incredible with the number of sparkling defensive plays they've made along with that.
Yep, no doubt about it. 1 error cost them the only run the Crabs have scored, an unearned run back in the 2nd inning. And runners left on base, though, has really hurt Southern Maryland the last 4 frames. 1-0. Is a little tapper foul near the Ducks dugout, first base side. It's 1-1. So can they get Fred Lewis home from third to tie this game? Again, yesterday Southern Maryland scored 3 in the 9th against the best closer in the league, Ryan Kushmal. They trailed 4-1 when the 9th began. They tied the game at 4 and then lost it in the bottom of the 9th on Regi Corona's waddle-off game-winning hit that scored Lou Ford. 1-1 here to Wilson, and he swung through it again. Diaz and the Ducks a strike away.
Yeah, foul tip that one right back into the mid of Mike Blank, so here we go again. Fans will start clapping. Many are standing. Ducks are a strike away.
Quacker Jack urging them on atop the visiting dugout, trying to put the whammy on the batter. Zach Wilson down in the count, 1-2. Diaz shakes off his catcher Mike Blank and then comes set with what he wants to throw. The 1-2 pitch. Foul back to the netting. The runner from first, Osuna, was off on the pitch.
Boy, Zach Wilson with a defensive swing. Good slider. May or may not have been a strike. It was heading outside. Just got a piece to stay alive.
Again, it's 2-1 Ducks in the top of the 9th. Crabs have runners at the corners with 2 away for Zach Wilson trying to keep the game alive for the visitors. The chant is, "Let's go Ducks." They want the win. They want the fireworks that will follow. Diaz again will come home, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Amalio Diaz, fans, Zach Wilson. The Ducks win it 2-1, and they run their winning streak to 8 games with a big victory here tonight. So Amalio Diaz has his 2nd save of the season. The Ducks go to 8-0 in June, and they take the first 2 games of this 4-game set from the first place Freedom Division leading Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. David, they did it with offense, they did it with defense, and they did it with incredible pitching all night long.
A half dozen hurlers for the Long Island Ducks. A crazy quilt stitched by Kevin Baez, manager of the Ducks. This is the kind of victory that gives you an inkling that this team this year is something special.
Well, again, the Ducks win it 2-1. They have gone 8-0 in the month of June. And again, that ties the longest winning streak of the year in the Atlantic League, set by Southern Maryland back in early May. We'll be back to talk about it on the post-game show. The fireworks will follow here tonight. The Ducks beat the Blue Crabs 2-1 here tonight at the Old Duck Pond.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Ian Marshall, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on in the park night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Chris King and David Weiss back at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, where tonight the Long Island Ducks defeat the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs by the final score of 2-1. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. Well, David, the Ducks provided the fireworks on the field tonight. Pitching, defense, timely hitting, everything Kevin Baez told us in the pregame they've been doing during this 7-game winning streak that has now become an 8-game winning streak. And, boy, everybody contributed offensively, defensively. You talked about all the asterisks on the score sheet for the Webb Gem. I'm going to let you pick our player of the game tonight, and it is not an easy task at all.
No, but I think if you're going to take a look up and down the Duck lineup, and it was such a collective effort in terms of how they pushed the runs across, the great defensive effort with all those Webb gems, those highlight plays in the field, but it begins with the starting pitching. This is how you accomplish and actually get a winning streak to endure. Bruce Kern, a spot start, was supposed to pitch maybe, 45 pitches, 45 to 50, and he just did it so efficiently. He lasted 5 innings. He may have tired at the very end, but he gutted it out to finish 5. And Bruce Kern, despite the fact he did not get the win, but he was a major component for the victory here tonight. He's our player of the game.
Well, again, the Ducks certainly did a great job getting that timely hitting as they got big hits from Dan Lyons, a 2-out RBI single in the second inning that tied this game at 1. And then the game-winning hit also came with 2 outs. Prentice Redmond, a single down the left field line in the 6th that scored Lou Ford, and another 1-run victory for the Ducks, who again go to 8-0 in the month of June. And at last check, Somerset was home tonight to Camden, and that game was being delayed by rain. It was 2-0 River Sharks, and we'll have to wait and see if there's any further outcome of that game. But at least for now, the Ducks have pulled within 2.5 games of the first-place Somerset Patriots for the top spot in the Liberty Division with 27 games remaining in the season's first half. And again, they do close out the first half on 4th of July weekend with 3 games against those very same Patriots. Again, the Ducks take it tonight. 2-1 is the final. We'll be back with the full recap of how it went down, and we'll preview the rest of this homestand for Long Island. The Ducks victorious here tonight, the fans enjoying the post-game fireworks celebration.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Mickey Janis, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Chris King and David Weiss back one final time to Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, where tonight the Long Island Ducks defeated the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs by the final score of 2-1. Ducks won the opener of the four-game series, 5-4 in waddle-off fashion here yesterday afternoon. And righty Bruce Kern given the spot start for Long Island tonight, just his second start of the year. He was opposed by left-hander Brian Burris, also a reliever and starter this year for Southern Maryland. Well, the Blue Crabs got an unearned run against Bruce Kern in the very first inning, as after there were 2 outs and nobody on, Zach Wilson reached on a dropped pop-up by John Griffin at first, and he went all the way to second base, came home on Jovan Rosa's RBI single down the right field line, and the Blue Crabs had a 1-0 lead. Ducks would get it back in the bottom of the second, as they too had 2 outs and nobody on, but back-to-back singles by Reggie Corona and Mike Blank set the Ducks up with first and second for Dan Lyons, who singled to center to bring home Reggie Corona and tied the game at 1. From there, the starters would lock in. At one point, Bruce Kern retired 11 straight Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, and Burris retired 9 consecutive Long Island Ducks. Kern, who wanted to get 2 or 3 innings in tonight, according to Kevin Baez, instead went 5 full. He allowed 3 hits, 1 run it was earned, no walks, no strikeouts. Burris exited at 5 2/3, allowing 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks, and 1 strikeout. But again, the Ducks got to him in that fateful bottom of the 6th inning, as he allowed back-to-back singles to Ford and Puckett to open the frame, got John Griffin to ground into a double play, but Prentice Redmond would single down the left field line to score Lou Ford and make it 2-1 Long Island. That would be the end of the night for Brian Burris, as they brought in the former Yankee Cody Epley, who would go the rest of the way, 2 1/3 in relief, but there would be no further scoring, as the Ducks would bring in Mark Rogers, Carmine Giardina, Patrick Kreider, Nick Struck, and Amalio Diaz, 5 relievers who combined to shut down the Blue Crabs the rest of the way. Giardina, who worked just 1/3 of an inning tonight, did get the win, and Diaz picked up the save for Long Island. The final numbers for the Ducks: 2 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. They leave 6. For the Crabs, 1 run, 8 hit, no errors. They strand 11. The winner again is Carmine Giardina in relief. He goes to 2-0. The loser is Brian Burris, the starter. He drops to 1-3. And Amalio Diaz picks up his second save of the year. The game played unofficially in 2 hours and 25 minutes before a crowd of 4,928 that are enjoying the Pyrotechnico fireworks extravaganza. So with the victory, the Ducks go to 27-16 on the year. They have won 8 straight overall, and they have won 4 straight here at home. Meanwhile, with the loss, Southern Maryland drops to 24-19. They've dropped 2 straight, 4 of 5, and 7 of their last 10. Ducks lead the season series 4 games to 2 over the Crabs. They lead this series 2 games to none, with 2 more games to go. And Long Island now a perfect 8-0 in the month of June, tying the longest winning streak in the league. The Crabs won 8 straight from May 7th through May the 14th. We check in on the out-of-town scoreboard. They never even got started tonight in York, Pennsylvania. Revs and Barnstormers rained out. They'll play 2 tomorrow. In Bridgewater, New Jersey, Camden did have a 2-0 lead over the Somerset Patriots, but that game was washed away in the 4th inning, so none of that mattered. The Ducks are 2.5 back of the first-place Somerset Patriots in the Liberty Division, and the only other game still in progress down at Constellation Field in Sugar Land, Texas. They've gone top of the second. Bridgeport Bluefish, a 1-0 lead over the Sugar Land Skeeters. Second period in Chicago, and the Blackhawks have tied that game at 1 with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Again, it's Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final. Series even at 1 game apiece, and now Game 3 even at 1 game apiece as well. So, David, about as complete an effort as we have seen from the Long Island Ducks all season long. They've won some blowout, high-scoring games. Tonight they proved they can win the low-scoring games as well. And when you put together an 8-game winning streak, it's pretty impressive to find a different way to win each and every night.
8 consecutive wins. They have outscored their opponents now 52-15.
Goodness.
With the 2-1 win here tonight. And as we said over and over, for the Ducks, it was a law firm with lots of partners. The law firm of Kern, Rogers, Giardina, Kreider, Struck, and Diaz. So split that up any way you wanted. Kern with the start and just gutting out 5 terrific innings with a low pitch count. It was always around the plate. He, I believe, did not walk a man. No, he did not.
Yep.
And didn't have any strikeouts either, but he was just inducing one ground ball and fly ball after another. It was only one unearned run, so it was a virtual shutout for the Ducks tonight against the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. I think the Ducks and we here in the booth holding our breath saying, at some point Southern Maryland is going to break through.
Yeah.
Because the Ducks keep carting in one reliever after another. And Kevin Baez probably in the back of his mind said, listen, sometimes you got to lose a battle to win a war. We need to give some of our guys a rest. I'll bring these guys in for short stints, one after another. And he couldn't be prouder of the effort he saw here tonight.
Well, again, he'll try to make it a 9-game winning streak tomorrow night. Righty Billy Buckner, the newcomer, goes for Long Island. 1-1 on the year with a 3.17 ERA. Lefty Wade Corpy will go for the Crabs. He's also 1-1, but with a 7.16 ERA. George Foster, the former National League MVP and New York Met, will be in the house. We hope to speak to him during the broadcast tomorrow night. And the job for the Ducks, David, just stay hot, stay on a roll, and see if they can run the table on this thing. They got the Blue Crabs here tomorrow and also on Wednesday night, and then they'll head to Bridgeport for the weekend. But right now, they've cut into that Somerset lead. They're only 2.5 back with the Patriots being rained out tonight.
Somerset, right now, they're on the LIE. If they stop short, the Ducks are just going to blow right by them because the Patriots at one point weren't even looking in the rearview mirror. Now they hear the footsteps. They can see the headlights in their rear view. Ducks are coming.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Say goodnight. It is time to thank our engineer, Zach Johnston. Makes the catch. He makes the catch back in our 103.9 LI News Radio Ronkonkoma studios. Once again, final score from Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip. Long Island Ducks 2, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs 1. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast tomorrow night when the Ducks host the Blue Crabs in Game 3 of this 4-game series. Pre-game show starts at 6:20. First pitch scheduled for 6:35 right here on LIDucks.com. On Fireworks Night for Chris Roman Candle King, I'm David, not allowed to even hold a sparkler, so I'm standing here with a smoldering punk Weiss. Thanks so much for listening. We'll do it all over again tomorrow night. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evening from the Duck Pond.
No, you and I know.